Alright, good evening. This is episode 1 of Age of Rebellion Irnaj Assault. I'm your GM, Stephen, and we've got these lovely players here. Probably won't be thinking that at the end of the evening, but... Alright, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Dev from What the Dice, and I'll be playing Korto Voss. He's a human Force Emergent infiltrator who's in search of his father. Who's a good guy, not a bad guy.
We think.
Yeah. This last time they talked. I'll pass it off to Ryan next.
I'm Ryan, playing Raaze. His designation CT-67. He's used to be a stormtrooper and is one of the clones, but basically he rebelled against that, and now he's working with the rebellion. And off to Luke.
I'm playing Vebbar.
I think he's a droid.
Yeah.
Luke, yeah.
Is a droid?
Wait, I don't speak binary.
We need a protocol droid to translate.
Yeah. All we heard was "I'm Luke" and "rup, rup, 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 rup."
Well, I mean that's fine. That's accurate. I am Akdan Vebbar, and he is a Mon Calamari medic, and he's already growing increasingly tired of this group. So I'm going to pass it off to Lachlan at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name is Lachlan. I am playing Capo Greeata, an ex-mercenary who is out to make the Empire pay for destroying his mercenary companions and their group.
Excellent. Cool. So, do we want to get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So, these guys saw a crawl a little earlier in the week. Yeah. So I'm sure Dev will link to it somewhere in the sidebar. That's cool. All right. So you guys find yourself. We start this adventure off on a transport ship moving towards the planet MORELIN. You guys have formed together as you moved into the transport. You were all introduced by the recruiting officers that sent you this way, and you've all been ordered to meet the rebellion with the orders that we will find you. We will find you. So yeah, what do you guys? How do we first see you guys in all of this?
Well, I guess I am sitting with my back to the wall, so I can see everyone in the transport or wherever we're sitting, and I'm polishing my sword. It's not a euphemism. I have an actual sword. I'm polishing it because weapon maintenance is important.
Raaze would be sitting on the bench nearby Capo, and he'd be seeing him going over his weapon gear, and would kind of give him a bit of a like a older soldierly nod, knowing that he's definitely keeping his self ready and prepared. He would also look over and see this medical guy doing his thing, and probably notice this young buck that seems to have a little bit of a smirk on his face and knows a little bit more, or thinks he knows a little bit more than actually is happening. He'd kind of put his head back, give a bit of a sigh, and reach into one of his pockets to pull out a magazine, and he would begin loading that.
Excellent.
Korto Voss is a young guy. He's just hit 20. He's not really smirking so much though. He's actually pretty serious, and he has his eyes closed. He's sitting in the seat, strapped in during transport, and always when he's en route to another possible Imperial location or mission point, he's always introspective, and he closes his eyes and he's trying to calm his emotions, and he just reaches inside himself, tries to find that still point where he can touch the Force and reach out for his father's life spark. And it's weak, but it's there always. He can struggle, but he can find it. and it threatens to spark anger in him, but he keeps trying to control himself.
Alright, excellent.
So, completely oblivious to Korto's kind of inner meditative state. So as Raize kind of pointed out, originally Akdan would kind of be going over his med pack, making sure that all his gear is up to date, but kind of needlessly kind of fiddling with it. And so I'm presuming, like, when he sees kind of Korto, well, he doesn't really know that, but this guy lean back and kind of trance out. He's just gonna right. I'm imagining right at the key point for him, he's just gonna like bump his elbow and be like, "Hey, buddy, you all right? You need some help. You need something to keep you going. Like, this is gonna be a tough mission, I hear. So."
Korto will feel the elbow in his ribs that interrupts his meditation, and unfortunately, that was the point when he was trying to control his anger. So at first, he won't react right away, but he'll just take one more deep breath, and his head will turn to the Mon Calamari next to him. He'll open his eyes, and for a second there'll be that flash of rage in his eyes that he'll just calm down and say, "No, I'm fine. Everything's fine."
So I'm just gonna turn to the older sort of looking soldier beside me and just be like, "I think that guy's a little crazy."
Is this the human old soldier or the green old soldier?
There's two old soldiers.
Yeah. That's
Korto will turn to the
Koala internet.
Korto will turn to the human old soldier and said, "I think the droid that looks like a fish is shorting out. I think he needs some maintenance or some downtime." And then I will. Go ahead.
At this, Raize will kind of just put a hand to his forehead, and close his eyes for a second, and just be rubbing it and thinking back to kind of the number of groups of soldiers that he's been in this kind of same scenario, and realize that this is all just kind of a tension moment before the action comes. So he doesn't get angry. He doesn't really make any comment. He just kind of rolls and flows with the energy of the crowd.
Being sort of similar, but one of nature's sergeants, Capo kind of tries to redirect because he knows people will tend to pay attention to whatever's going on, so he kind of just leans into Raize and asks, "So, boss, who's the big boss man? Who we meeting? What's the job?"
Raize will kind of give a bit of a grunt. By this time, they're all the same, kid. Doesn't really matter who's at the top. They give us a number, they give us a name, we take care of it. That's how it goes. You've been with the
Nice
outfit
to know
now?
the number we're fighting, though. Good to know if it's a suicide mission. Those are
Aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Well, likely.
This is the Emperor and the Empire we're going against here. No easy ones these days.
I'm gonna jump in. Be like, hey now, just do things with me around, right?
Try turning your camera off. We keep losing it.
Yeah, your dialogue doesn't come up. So Korto will say, "Indeed, if the Force is with us, then we will prevail, no matter the odds. As long as we are determined and skillful."
At the mention of the Force... Go ahead, sir.
No, go for it, man. You know this kid.
The Force, Raize will lift his head and he'll be like, "I didn't catch your name, soldier."
Not much of a soldier, more of a spy, but the name's Korto Voss. Pleasure to meet you. And I'll just reach out and shake his hand.
Raize will give a bit of a nod, shake his hand back. And you can see that he's kind of, checking the grip, seeing if he has, the blaster calluses on his hands. And he notices in the grip as well that he can feel also he's had some hand-to-hand training as well as some training with some kind of edged weapons, because he's definitely got those formed calluses. And
Yeah,
he gives a nod.
Yeah, he won't feel too much of the blaster burns, but he will feel the calluses from melee weapons and sword work.
Spy, huh? How are you in the trenches? You
I
have
do
had
well
a
enough.
thermal detonator thrown at your face?
Nothing that's still alive.
Nice.
Raize will give a
That's
quick
fine.
smirk at that. Be like, don't worry about these guys. When we get on the ground, trust me, the intelligence spies will give us. That'll be the thing that keeps us alive or buries us in the ground.
Akdan's just gonna kind of look around at all of you and just be like, God, what a happy bunch you guys are.
How long you been in the fight there, Med?
And then, so he's gonna kind of like, you're gonna see him gonna kind of shy away, like this is a sensitive point. He's like, long enough. I've seen some things, some stuff.
At this point, Raize will reach up, and he's wearing kind of a semi-balaclava kind of thing underneath a rebel helmet. And he'll kind of lift off, and he'll pull it down, and you'll see that just this massive scarring comes off the side of his face. And you might, depending on how much experience you've had, you might even recognize him as like a stormtrooper clone. And he'll be like, seen a lot, have you?
Alright. Saxon's not gonna recognize that you're like a clone. He wouldn't pick that up because he hasn't had that much experience. But so he's just gonna kind of look at your scar and he's just like, see, if I'd been around, you wouldn't have had that poor hack job. You would have gotten some better treatment than that.
And he'll chuckle and say, well, you'll be a good one to have around then.
Chances are that won't be the last wounds we get. You'll have lots of opportunities to patch us up.
And you see him kind of just like say without realizing, like, yeah, I hope so, and then just kind of like, ooh.
Raize would lean forward then, and kind of looking around both Korto and Akdan, he'll look at the other soldier and just shake his head.
Capo pulls a busted old flask of some indeterminate liquor out of his jacket and just goes,
That's some damn
Nice.
fine roleplay.
Nice. Very immersive. That was totally believable.
Alright, so you guys are kind of interrupted when the droid pilot comes across the comms and says, "We're making our final approach now. Would you please stow all your droids and make sure you're seated?" And kind of like cuts out from there. So you're kind of great. Like as you move towards the planet, like as you're looking at the porthole windows, you kind of come down and you see like a large city as you kind of sit down into the spaceport. And the spaceport you sit down in is kind of a ground level, kind of large ring that this large transport ship just kind of plonks itself in. And as you kind of depart the ship, you notice that there are a number of Imperial troopers, not stormtroopers, just the black helmet type troopers, kind of wandering around the spaceport in amongst all the people collecting their luggage and stuff from the storage holds. And shortly after you kind of step off, you're greeted by a kind of medium, like average height Chiss woman. Who says, "You're the guys. You're the guys. I'm gonna take you to Commander MARRAK. If you kindly come with me." And she motions to like a speeder behind her, just past the doors of the spaceport.
As they start making their way, he'll kind of tap Korto on the shoulder and say, "Point," and he'll tap Capo on the back and say, "Rear guard."
So
I
Korto will nod.
pull back and start scanning the behind us to see if any of these black helmeted troops are following us or noticing us.
Sure. Just roll me a perception check.
Sure.
While he's doing that, Korto will move to the point
so
position.
So that will
There we
be
go.
three purple. Sorry.
Yeah,
On
I
top
just
of- Oh yeah. So hold up. Which one were you? Hold it.
Capo.
Hold up. So yeah, build your perception pool and add 3 purple to it as well. All right. Cool. So you're kind of. Oh yeah, you missed the white die. Yeah, no worries. That's cool.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no worries. Don't worry about it. Cool. So you see a number of troopers talking to what looks like to be an officer, but they're making no moves towards you right now. And you're pretty sure you see the officer hand one of the troopers a data pad as he kind of that he kind of like looks at as you're walking away.
Do we all have comlinks?
Do you all have comlinks?
Yes.
I do.
Yep.
No.
I was trying to pick one up. I was trying to pick one up at the earliest opportunity.
Raize will look around and notice that a couple of his team members don't have these comm links, and he's just
We have
like,
to buy our own comm links. I mean, the military doesn't supply us.
fucking
Standard
amateurs.
equipment.
Welcome to the
Kids are
rebellion.
sending me these days.
Hey man, it was either by comlink and you could talk to him or meant that would get you. So, like,
Exactly what
The
he said.
droid's shorting out again.
damn it.
So Korto will take point as he was ordered. He'll nod, and but when he's exiting the transport ship and he sees that there's Imperial soldiers in the spaceport, he's gonna pull the hood up on his black robes, just to hide his face, and yeah, and then he'll just blend into the crowd a little bit ahead of the party.
All right, cool. So you're kind of you're kind of relatively unmolested. I mean, there's people pushing past you and stuff from the spaceport, but nothing really strikes you as out of place. It's just kind of a busy spot. But yeah, to get back to the speeder, you kind of walk past a couple of like hole-in-the-wall bars and things like that. As the Chiss lady kind of leads you back to the speeder. So she kind of like pulls up next to the speeder and like jumps in the driver's seat, and she goes, "What are you guys waiting for? Just jump in."
So I'll stand next to it and wait for Raize to enter first, since he's the commanding officer, squad leader.
Raize
I
would,
wait until everyone gets in because, back.
Raize would get in without too much worry. He's looked at Korto, gotten kind of an all clear, looked at Capo, gotten an all clear, and moves in.
And then we'll follow him.
Alright, cool. So as you're kind of speeding along, you notice, like, I mean, it's a pretty built-up area, kind of large towers and things. And the Chiss in the driver's seat, like, kind of turns to you and she goes, "Well, my name's Lure. I have to take you to our dive bar." She goes, "It's not much, but it's home, you know."
Raize will give a grunt more than a response to that, knowing what the rebellion is like and what the resources he's working with are.
And
I
she
pull out
kind
my
of
flask, give it a shake, and then go, and then put it back in. I'm gonna fill up.
Korto will just keep scanning around while we're driving through with the speeder.
Yeah. You see kind of Imperial patrols and things like that walking the streets, but they're kind of few and far between. More kind of like they kind of almost look like cops walking their beats.
Okay.
But they're there, but they're not. They don't seem to be molesting anyone at the moment or causing any trouble. Or,
Yeah, he's going to observe not just them, but he's also just going to be observing the ebb and flow of the rest of the population and what is normal and not normal. Just he's going to get a feeling for it.
Yeah, sure. Can you make me a perception check, seeing as you don't have the force stuff now? Just an average one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
So 2 success and a threat.
Yeah, you notice this is the hustle and bustle. People are coming and going. There's like vendors everywhere, and you can tell that there is some kind of underlying tension in a lot of the populace, but they don't seem to be expressing that physically.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yep. So we'll
Yeah.
just see, like, I familiarize myself with them a little bit. What's going on?
All right. Cool. Lachlan.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm doing something similar, but with a specific focus on the cops and the military guys. Kind of as in, focusing on targets and trying to find weaknesses in the enemy, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Signs
I mean,
that they're stressed, worried.
I mean, it's also kind of rushing past as you kind of pull up onto it, like a highway type thing that starts to take you towards the western side of the city. So you're kind of up on this kind of raised highway on your speeder, and it's kind of like, you know, raised as in like, you know, 12th, 11th floor of a skyscraper. So you're kind of like rushing past all the buildings, and she eventually, like, this maybe continues on for 5-10 minutes before she pulls off another off ramp and down into a kind of it's not run down or ghetto, but, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's more of a working class kind of neighborhood. As you pull through, everyone here is clothed a bit differently. They're clothed a bit differently, but, you know, they're going about their business, and it doesn't seem anyone's kind of, you know. Anyway, so she eventually pulls into this bar that has like this big rearing Ronto up above the door, and it's kind of like flanked by a neon sign that calls what do they call it? 1 second. It's called the Rearing Ronto. I should have known that. Anyway,
It's called the Nasty Rancor.
yeah. So yeah, there's like, I mean, she kind of like beckons you inside from, like, she jumps out of the speeder and kind of like beckons you inside.
Okay, so Korto will jump out first, and he'll just stand next to the speeder and just, again, watching for anything unusual. But
yeah,
not really expecting anything, just out of habit.
Alright.
Yeah.
Happily walk inside without any command from the people in my squad.
Alright. So you kind of like,
okay,
you know, rush past everyone, like right behind Lua, and you kind of, you look around the bar, and the first thing you're struck by is a Rhodian behind the bar, and he's got like a massive pink mohawk. Like, you know, Rhodians normally have mohawks, but this guy has like hair extensions that he's gelled to extreme levels. And you know, you kind of struck, like, I don't know, have you guys ever been to like an underground music club at all? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of plastered with like, you guess it would be like local music acts and like little indie type bands and stuff like that. So yeah, you also notice that there's kind of a door towards, like, it's on the left hand side of the bar, back behind it, that kind of says VIP room.
So I took them around, and very it's just not working again.
No. Just lower your bandwidth, I think, 1 notch. Just go down 1 notch on your bandwidth.
Son of a bitch.
Does our escort go in there with us? Does she lead us in there?
She's kind of forged the path.
Okay, so we're just following her, basically?
She's kind of forged the path, and she's standing in the middle of the bar waiting for you all to come in.
Okay.
But yeah, around you kind of see a smattering of kind of, like, it's kind of a clandestine place with people in kind of quiet corners, all kind of leaning over bars, like knocking a few drinks back, and just kind of talking quietly amongst themselves.
Yeah, Raize would definitely kind of make eye contact with the two people that are actually, you know, paying attention in a military sense.
Yeah.
And he would say, "Okay, form up," and then kind of lead them in through the doorway.
Yep. So follow.
All right. So
same pattern as before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So all right. So, you know, Lua kind of like, she sees Akdan comes in. She smiles at you as you come in, Akdan. Then she sees the lot of you kind of like whisper amongst yourselves and come in formation, and she gives you a bit of a strange look before kind of like shrugging it off. And she goes, well, guys, I've read your dossiers. I've read your dossiers, and I want to formally welcome you to the Irnaj Rebel Cell. This place here is safe. We've been raided a couple of times, but we're lucky. We keep everything somewhere else. and she kind of like the Rodian. You see the Rodian at the bar kind of take a little bit of an interest at you, but he keeps going about his business and like cleaning the bar and things like that. And you know, she kind of like turns around. She kind of turns around and she goes. She kind of like nods at the Rodian and goes, "Lebo, open her up." And you see him kind of like reach under the bar and push a button, and Lua kind of like opens up the door to the VIP room, which kind of like has stairs leading further down underground, and she continues down that way.
Nice.
At this time, I would motion Korto to kind of make his way in between her and Akdan.
Sure. So I'll take the signal and I'll move ahead. But yeah, I'm gonna lower the hood and try to look more relaxed, but still alert.
Yeah.
I'm watching this Rodian. He looks suspicious.
He kind of like you eye him off on the way down, and he kind of like looks at you a bit strangely, and like he kind of tips his head, and his mohawk just kind of like flaps down a little bit as he kind of tips his head at you. And then he just kind of like shakes his head and goes back to like pouring someone another drink as you guys continue down the stairs. So you guys kind of make it down to the end of the stairs, and Lua seems to be looking at the floor, which has like a carpet, has like you know, it's kind of like one of those shag pile carpet things that were all the rage in the 70s. And she kind of stands there staring at it for a second. Then she like calls up the stairs, "Lebo, you fucking idiot! Press the other one!" And like you hear, "Oh, right." And like you hear a click as the carpet seems to like open in a kind of iris, like in an iris kind of motion, and kind of opens down into what looks down into like a dark hole.
Raize would make a quick comment. Rebel security.
She goes, "You're a clone, aren't you?"
You don't have to be a clone to recognize incompetence, is what I say.
And she goes,
from Korto.
She goes, "Sorry, Lebo's a bit of a hot shot. He came to us from a smuggling game, from the smuggling games, so."
So eyeing off the really old decor, Akdan's just gonna be like, "Man, this place seems nice. I like it."
Yeah. So like, yeah, around you, apart from the carpet, there's like, you know, nice leather couches and like room to like sit down and have a good, you know, sit back, knock a few back, like, you know, sit with like three women around you, kind of room.
Twi'leks.
Yeah, Twi'leks. Twi'leks, whatever takes fancy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like you see Lua just goes, "Well, come on," and kind of like starts climbing down a ladder down the side of the hole. And she kind of like motions for you guys to follow her.
Korto will follow, right behind her.
Yeah. At this point, Raize would probably motion for Capo to go next, because he knows he's got kind of a more close range weapon as well.
I get my hand on my fiber blade.
As he motions Akdan, he'll actually, for the first time, lift his rifle off his shoulder for a moment, just kind of settling it there again.
Yeah, Lua kind of sees you all pulling out your guns, and she goes, "You probably won't need those down here." Like I can't promise there won't be womp rats, but you know.
Well, regardless, I start climbing down.
Yeah. Korto will say.
And when I get to the bottom, based on what I find there, I give a double click on the comlink to Raize to signal it's safe.
Yeah, like you realize.
Yeah, whatever's down there if it's not.
All right, you realize you've stepped onto the kind of a maintenance platform on a subway line. So you know you see the kind of maglev rails down on the bottom of ground level, which is maybe a couple of meters below you.
When she made her.
As in, I'm on the track.
No, you're not on the track. You're on like a platform to the side, about 2 meters up.
Right.
So it looks like a maintenance scene.
Okay.
And Lua kind of sees you kind of looking around and putting your gun around. She goes, "Yeah, these have been abandoned for a while." So like as you guys kind of climb down, like Lua just kind of continues along the platform a little way and kind of like pushes in a certain place in the wall, which opens up again. And she goes, "This is the fastest way. This is the fastest way in, though. You know, it's pretty inconspicuous here." And she kind of disappears through this hole in the wall.
Well, I walk straight through because no one's in front of me now. So.
Yeah, you kind of walk in. You walk in, and instantly this place is like well lit. You know, there's lights running all the way through. She assured me my safety, guys. I trust her implicitly. Come on.
And Korto will be standing beside this entrance, and when Raaze goes to pass it by, he'll just lean in and say, you know, no matter how careful someone is, the Imperials are everywhere. They can get someone anywhere. So, you know, caution is always good.
Raaze will kind of lift a hand and pat him on the shoulder and just kind of say, keep that attitude, and follow it.
Yep. Yeah. Let Akdan go first, I'll just say, with a smirk. He's expendable.
You guys are too serious.
Raaze will give a grin and say, the old meat shield.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Akdan, you're following Laura, and it's pretty clear that she doesn't expect those guys to hang back. So she's just like power walking towards the end of this corridor, and like you look around and you realize it's probably an old repurposed kind of maintenance shed or something that seems to have a fit. Like it goes off and looks like this might have been, like you don't know whether they drilled this themselves or what. But you kind of you see like walls lined with like supplies and rations and stim packs and stuff up the walls, just kind of like smattered along there. And nothing huge, no weapons or anything. As she kind of leads you up this thing, as she leads you up a corridor.
Seeing the stim packs, I'm just gonna kind of like go off to the side where it is and just gonna roll one and just be like, "Do you mind?" And just kind of.
She says, "Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. We don't know how long there's been there."
And I was going to say, at least they were well supplied.
And then, well, I'm just gonna. Can I make a medicine check to see if these are like still good? I guess.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. What's the difficulty on this?
Just easy. You've probably been around this stuff a lot.
Oh, mate, they're fine.
You're pretty sure these have been dumped here in the last 6 months.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's totally doesn't
go off. Yours doesn't go off. Yeah.
All right.
What's the triumph?
I make sure to grab 2. That's my choice.
Sure. You can grab a whole crate, man, for a triumph.
It's fine. You know,
it's fine. We will need that.
Okay.
I won't need it, hopefully, right?
Yeah. Keep walking.
Do you know what happens to frontline medics?
Yeah.
There's frontline medics and there's old medics. You pick one.
Yeah. So you guys, like, I assume you're all following at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll follow.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool. So like, little just kind of like you get to kind of a T intersection that kind of extends out 4 ways, and she goes, "Wait here. I'll just go notify of your arrival." And she kind of like, you know, you see her like go maybe 5 meters down to the right and down through another door, and you can kind of hear some murmuring from inside there for a bit.
I would kind of raise an eyebrow at Korto, as in kind of getting his opinion on whether he thinks he can sneak forward to hear what's going on, or if he thinks it's a better play from just remaining here.
Yeah, I can move closer and just stand next to it, the doorway or whatever it is, and I'll try to listen to what I can hear of the conversation.
All right, sure.
Just leaning back against the wall next to the door.
That's a hell of an eyebrow raise.
Sure.
Just I want to try out my spy skills.
All right,
See if I
sure. Can you roll me a perception check? Just
Sure.
two purple and a red for that one.
We're talking very quietly. Okay. All right. So I didn't hear anything.
All right. So you kind of walk up to the door and immediately someone's walking out. Like, you know, Lua's walking back out, and she goes, "Oh, Korto. Yes. Commander MARRAK will meet you in the briefing room. Meet you and your people in the briefing room." So she goes, head down there to the right, and it's the second door on the left.
Okay, so I'll wait for Raize to go past first.
Yeah. Hearing this, I'll move forward again, motion the others as well.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So you're all going to go into this briefing room, and it's like, you know, it looks like a lecture hall nearly. It's got those kind of like fold up desks and stuff with seats, and it's like, I wouldn't call it ramshackle, but it does look like it has been slapped together, because there's like you know, there's kind of like soundproofing. There's like a thin band of soundproofing tiles around the walls and things like that. With kind of a projection screen up the front and a podium. You guys are like starting to get to your seats, and you kind of all like you're all getting to your seats, I imagine, or you're all sitting down, or.
Yeah. Are there others in the room that we see this time?
No, it's just you guys right now. So
we'll enter the room and.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take a look around.
Cool. So you guys kind of like start like kind of looking around the room, and you're like, you know, you're there for 30 seconds before you kind of hear footsteps behind you, and Duro kind of like walks, like a sternly looking Duro, kind of walks into the front of the room, and he goes, "You're the new guys."
Sorry.
And he says, "You guys at ease, soldier. Nothing formal here." He goes, "Protocol can save lives, but this isn't one of those situations." And he goes, "Please take a seat." Like motions at the seat. Seats there.
Yeah. Take a seat.
I'm imagining that I was already sitting and like had my feet up on the desk when he walked in. So the whole like at ease. I'm like, yes, excellent.
Certainly.
He just kind of like he doesn't even pay you a second glance. Like you know, he's clearly a very relaxed mood right now, and he kind of gets to the front of goes to the front of the room, and he goes, "Oh, let's make this short and sweet. You guys were brought here because we're going to attack the garrison here." He says, "You know, we've been gathering up. We've been trying to recruit people here for the last." Yeah, we've been here for the last few months, and we've managed to build up quite a sizable cell here. We're using a lot of our resources to buy a lot of mercenaries in this attack. So there is quite a large danger. There is quite a large danger. These mercenaries don't necessarily know what they're meant to be doing, and they don't necessarily know that we're coordinating, but that we're coordinating a number of them. They think, like, we've told them that it will be a hard job, but we will reward them. And he kind of goes, "Okay, now if you direct your attention to the screen," and like he presses a button on the desk, and you see like a picture of a large hangar, like a large hangar with a number of walkers, like AT-AT walkers, like positioned around inside of it. And he goes, we've had engineers on planet for about a year now, working in this Imperial base and gathering intelligence." And he says, this is one of the motor pool sheds, and he goes, "As you'll see, there's a lot of walkers in there." And he goes, we take this out, we cripple the ground forces in this sector. And he kind of like presses another button, and you see the layout of the base, and he kind of like starts pointing things out and showing you what the different buildings are. And he goes, "Okay, so your roles are simple." As he goes, "Your roles are simple." And he goes, "Korto, we heard you're a bit of a spy."
That's right, sir.
He goes, your job is to get in quietly and take out the comms."
Okay. It'll be done.
And you're good, like when we're ready to go, we expect you to get in and out without a sound. And he turns to the rest of you, he goes, "The rest of you, you're all all soldiers. You're pretty obvious. You hit hard. You hit fast. You will destroy them. And he goes, we're still formulating this plan. So there are a number of things you can do over the coming months while you help. And he kind of turns to you and he goes, what are your professions? Are you able to pick up like small-time work here? He says, the more you make yourselves look like you belong on this planet, the better.
For my cover, infiltration cover, I think working as a mechanic would be best.
He kind of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, sure. We can try and get you in. It's a little difficult." He kind of turns to Akdan and says, "Squiddy over here might have a better job of it. They recently brought in a shipment of Moncals. Moncals to
my people.
And Raize would kind of lean forward and say, "What's the stormtrooper presence like here?"
He goes, I'm not gonna lie. This is quite a sizable garrison. Like we do see a large like Imperial army presence here, but they only have a small subsection of the Stormtrooper Corps on this planet. So while you may see Stormtroopers, it's unlikely that they will be the largest presence.
He kind of nods and says, "Any chance you've got some spare armor laying around?"
He kind of looks at you and he goes, "You might have to try and scrounge that up yourself, Trooper."
He nods and says, "That might be an easy cover for me."
Yeah, that's excellent. He kind of turns to Capo and he goes, "All right, what have you got for me?"
Well, if you can tell me the name of those mercenaries you hired, I might know them from the old days.
And he goes, "Oh, we'll have to drag up the files, but you know, we're dealing with some well-known cells, so it is quite possible that you do know them." He goes, "We plunged into hut space and pretty much spent most of our political capital making these connections, so it is a very high-risk gambit for us."
What's the percentage of military presence on the streets, just general soldiers v. police?
He says, "Well, this is like the largest kind of garrison here in this sector." And he says, what you see out in the streets is only a small presence. They're kind of more the kind of law keepers of this planet.
What's the response time like?
You'd be surprised. I know Imperial efficiency has a bit of a bad name, but you can have about 30 on you, and you can have about 30 of them on you in the space of a minute. Believe us, we've tried.
Yeah. Well, give me a job that involves hitting people, shooting people, but don't expect me to be a bounty hunter. Had enough of that crap.
Hey guys, no worries. We'll pull together some smuggling contracts or something for you, where you can protect them.
Some uniforms would be good too, either mechanics or computer technician uniforms.
He kind of goes, I suppose we can probably organise that. And he goes, if you go talk to the quartermaster, he might be able to help you out.
Okay.
He goes, okay. He goes, I know I've been light on details here, so do you have any questions?
Raize will give a chuckle and be like, "This sounds about the same as every other Rev Assault I've ever been involved in. Short on details, big on landscape."
He kind of like smirks a little bit. He kind of smokes a little bit and he goes, 90% waiting.
Yeah, you'd be amazed what they don't tell you when they're negotiating contracts when you're a mercenary. I've been here before.
And he says, well, we'll do our best to keep the information, give you the information you need to carry this out.
Perfect.
He goes, any further questions?
We got a job for Fishy over there yet?
Yeah, go on. Go on.
All right. What? No, you go first.
I'm just gonna like look up and just be like, Stimpack? Anyone? Stimpack?
You see him go. He's a medic, isn't he? From what I recall of his file, he is a medic.
Grunt.
He says, well, you might find work like helping some locals like in their clinics and stuff.
To help people.
What's the timeline on this mission? When are you thinking for go time? How much time do I have to infiltrate?
Yeah, he says, he goes, maybe you got a couple of months to find the lay of the land.
We're looking to destabilize the population before we go into the base.
He says there's already, like, he kind of like leans in a little bit and he kind of quietens his voice down and he says, truth be told, anti-imperial sentiment is quite high. He said we've had a rather easy time kind of spreading our propaganda. You'd be surprised. Yeah, sometimes like very harsh military presence has an effect on people. Like, and he kind of like stands back up straight, and he goes up. He goes, if you guys don't have many more questions, then
can I?
Raize would take one moment and quickly say our point of contact locally.
And he says, "I'll talk to Lebo of the bar. He'll get us the messages. He'll get us any messages you give him."
And so basically, is there like any sort of, I guess, non-practical idea? So like a theoretical idea, because I wouldn't have any real experience. I would know things. So a theoretical idea that could help this along. So sort of like, is there a goal that we could achieve?
All right, so you cut out, but I think I got the gist of what you said. Can you make me a average warfare check with a disadvantage?
All right.
Nice.
Roll. I got 2 advantage.
So it kind of occurs to you, like you don't have any explicit ideas, but he said the sentiment is high, not necessarily the number of recruits that have been drawing from the locals.
What kind of underworld is there here? Are they cooperative or?
He says
Imperials.
He says the Imperials keep the place pretty locked down, but you hang out by the spaceport, you'll see the smugglers, and of course, out here in the kind of outer suburbs, you'll find a lot of that kind of stuff. Just general vice, no kind of big criminal gang presence though.
Okay.
What about planetary governors? Who's the local shill?
He says, the planetary governor. He says, planetary governor Creighton. He's he kind of, he's a pretty typical Imperial. He'll go gung ho. He'll call the troopers in at a moment's notice if he thinks there's trouble.
You got any fire bombs you don't need?
He says, again, go talk to the quartermaster. You might be able to sweet talk him.
Yeah, I think that's all for me. If anybody else has anything, we can head to the quartermaster next.
Yeah. Raize looks around, kind of catches some eyes, makes a few head nods. Not really sure what Akdan is doing at the moment. But he knows he's got the other two's attention.
He's sitting there juggling the stim packs.
Yep. Yep. Okay, I think you should lower your bandwidth down one more notch.
We're hearing like one word in 50 from Luke.
Yeah.
Alright, there you go. Audio only. Jesus.
Okay.
I choose to believe that he's speaking in Mon Calamari.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what's going on.
He's cursing at us in his native tongue.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Cool. So, all right. So, yeah. Okay. Never mind. Excellent. So he kind of like MARRAK kind of like looks around at you and he goes. He kind of notices the tone's gone a bit more silent, and he goes, "Up. Yes, you guys are dismissed then." And he kind of like gives you kind of like a really half-assed salute and walks out the door.
All right, we'll stand up and salute in return. Korto will anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Raize will give a light, same
Commander,
half-ass salute.
yeah. Commander obviously doesn't care, so just yeah. See ya.
And then we'll file out and go looking for the quartermaster.
Alright, so, cool. Are you all going for the quartermaster? Or?
I believe so, unless any reason anyone doesn't want to.
Alright.
Korto needs a comm link, apparently.
Yes, that was my next.
And he'd like to get a secure one with encryption than just, going out to the local shop and buying one for Rebellion communications.
Yeah.
Alright. Wait, sneaky fucks are us.
.com.
Cool. So you kind of like wander out of the room, and you know where you are in relation to the exit. But there's people kind of you notice that there's kind of people coming and going from this place. It's like they kind of carry things. A lot of it, like you see a guy kind of carrying things in and moving down the kind of the straight away from the entrance to this place. He seems to have like a kind of like a duffel bag full of something as he's walking through.
Spice.
I don't know what.
Bag full of spice.
They're on our side. Are we supposed to steal?
Like
No.
these are like you're like you look around you and you're clearly in some kind of installation.
Yeah, barracks.
Yeah, you're clearly in some like what is meant to be kind of underground secret place.
I'll hail the guy that has this thing he's carrying and be like, just one word, quartermaster.
He kind of goes, yeah. He kind of like looks at you and he goes, "Are you meant to be here?"
Raize will just chuckle and be like, "I think we all are, or not."
he kind of like gives you a bit of a grin and he goes, "It's this way," and he kind of goes, "Follow me. I'm heading that way myself."
While we're walking, I'll nudge Korto and kind of point out to him. Doesn't matter which outfit you're in. The underworld, the quartermaster always has ties. He's always got connections. So if you're wanting to get into the underworld, that's a good place to start.
Yeah. Well said.
All right. So you kind of continue down this maybe 30 meters or something, and you'll kind of led up to this like surly-looking Trandoshan, kind of sitting scribbling on a table in front of him. And he kind of like looks up as he hears you approaching, and he goes, "Oh," he goes, "Oh, Carrie, you're here. You're here pretty early." And the guy goes, "Yeah, the smugglers, they gave me all these kind of supplies pretty easily. I only had to hand the credits at them this time." And he kind of puts it down. You see the Trandoshan kind of like open it up and start kind of like riffling through. And he kind of taps at a data pad and he goes, "All right, put her in," and like hands him the bag, and he kind of goes through a door behind this Trandoshan. And he kind of like he kind of sees you here and he goes, "Yes." He goes, "Yes. How can I help you?"
I immediately point to Korto and to Akdan and say, 2 encrypted comlinks.
And he goes, "I have not met you guys before." And he goes, "Who are you guys?"
Raize will kind of lean forward and put his arms on the desk in front of the guy and just be like, "We're the new guys."
Awesome.
And you see him kind of like stand up, and like he's massive, like he's a big guy, and he goes, "Well," he goes, "you're gonna have to get used to me." He goes, He goes, the name's Lesk, but you can call me Sir." and he kind of like thrusts his hand out to you.
I'll shake it. Just once, one pump, and let go.
And he goes, all right. He goes, all right, soldier. He goes, all right, soldier. He goes, the standard procedure, and he kind of like hands you this data pad, and he goes, here, you got to make the request, and then I'll clear you for a couple of comlinks. And he goes, we're a bit skint here, but it's a comlink. I can handle that.
And Korto will say, do you also have either a mechanic's uniform or a computer technician's uniform, Imperial make? And he'll pause for a second and say, sir.
And he kind of gives you a look that says, damn right, and kind of like taps on another data pad and like hands it to you to fill out.
Okay. I'll request both. I'll request one of each, computer technician and mechanic's uniform, Imperial make.
All right. So like, I mean, it's a pretty short form. You basically kind of put your name and like, you know, thumbprint on the thing just to show that you've been checking this out. And he kind of like takes it in, and he kind of like gathers up the data pads, and he goes, and you see him kind of like disappear into the room for a second, and he kind of exits with the guy that he called Carrie coming out, with a couple of comlinks and like clothes folded over his arm. And he kind of hands you the clothes and a comlink each. And he goes, will that be all, gentlemen?
Because sorry guys, I misread my character sheet. I do not have a sword, I have a knife. So, sir, I need to request proper armament.
And he kind of like raises an eyebrow at you, and he kind of like looks at the gun on your back, and kind of goes, you look pretty well armored.
It's a blaster pistol. I'm armed with a blaster pistol and a knife, so he's looking at my belt, and my eyes are up here.
You just tap and be like, eyes up here, buddy.
he kind of like looks you dead in the eye, and he kind of goes, you'll get it when you need it.
Nice. There it is. Because you didn't say sir. Korto will turn and say, you should have said sir. That's the problem. I got my stuff right away.
So Raaze will reach down, kind of pass out the comm links to the other guys that need them, and then he'll lean forward again with one hand on the table and go, well, sir, and he says it with a raised eyebrow, any chance you got some stormtrooper armor back there?
And he goes, not right now. He says that stuff's pretty hard to come by. That stuff's a bit hard to come by out here.
Looks like there's lots of it out in the spaceport.
And he goes, well, if you want to take your chances grabbing that stuff, then be my guest.
When I need it, sir.
Yeah. Cool.
How about Akdan? Does he need anything?
I have my kit. I'm good.
Okay. He's unusually quiet.
He's stim packed up. Yeah.
Like he said, like he goes, yeah, I'm sorry I can't help you with a lot, but you are new, and you know we kind of need to save that gear in case there is an emergency. We can't have you running around with it willy-nilly. He says we're not totally well equipped here yet. We're still kind of organizing a lot of the kind of smugglers here to bring stuff into us.
So Korto will say, well, hopefully when we prove ourselves a little more around here, things will be a little easier to come by when we need them.
Yeah, and he kind of gives you a wink, and he goes, or you could bring that in for us. And he kind of goes,
reimburse us with credit.
And he says, if you need it. he goes, I thought you were here to help the rebellion, and he kind of like raises kind of his eyebrow ridge.
Oh, we are, but we might need to upgrade some of our equipment from time to time.
And he kind of goes, we got engineers here. If you need things attached, then just talk to them, and we'll sort that out.
Excellent. I will definitely do that.
And he goes up, if you'll excuse me, and he kind of like sits down at his desk, and you tell like he starts like madly writing on the bit of paper in front of him.
I'll say, aye, sir, and turn and walk away.
You guys see him like look up and just shake his head a little bit, and go back to what he's schooling.
What's Ryan's rank in the
you're
rebellion
all
military structure?
You're all kind of contribution rank 0 at this point.
Does he have a military rank, like sergeant or something like that?
Big trooper, I imagine, if you only just joined.
Okay.
Even though we're in a squad, there's no official.
Yeah, this isn't like all-out military campaign. This is more.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We're a ragtag group.
Yeah.
We're the 18.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the way I play it, I essentially do Edge of the Empire in a rebellion setting. So.
Yeah.
Okay. There will be big fights at the end of the session.
No worries. I was just curious, like if there's like an actual command structure at all. Apparently not.
Yeah. So
just commander and quartermaster, and then that's it.
You can imagine like this is kind of a cell that's kind of popped up in the wake of the Yavin invasion. So he's kind of been on himself, and he's needed to build up a lot of this by himself. But from what you've heard of MARRAK, he's got a few kind of ex-Clone Wars eras kind of officers like helping him out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't necessarily know who they are right now, but yeah.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
like I mean there is some to this, but it's not like it's a structure of necessity rather than anything kind of protocol based.
Yeah, that's okay. So I can just refer to him as Raaze then. I don't have to call him any specific rank or anything.
Unless he wants you to.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm happy if somebody turns into the leader, then they turn into the leader. I'm not really fussed, however you guys want to structure it.
Okay, where to next, gentlemen?
Raaze will kind of look around and be like, well, I guess we should find a place to quarter and get some food into our bellies.
Yeah, and I think either tomorrow or nightfall, I should take a look at this facility, scout out the surrounding area.
You see, as you're walking up, you see Carrie kind of like leaning on the wall, like shoulder to the wall, and he goes, "You guys," he goes, "You guys, you hungry?"
Famished.
Soldier never turns down a meal.
Damn right.
Alright, so I'm gonna skip ahead a bit to keep this kind of a bit briefer. Cool. So you let's say you spend a couple of days familiarizing yourself with the base, and you find out it's more of a kind of it's got like barracks on site and things, but the people in the base are kind of expected to leave during the day and actually fit in a bit, just to make it look less sus that everyone's meant to be there. So they're kind of you kind of find out that there's this different smattering of people. There's a few locals around that talk a little bit about like Imperial hangouts and things like that, like bars and stuff that troopers like to hang around in. And so people kind of know the lay of the land here, but they're still trying to kind of build up to that point where they can attack it and get out quickly. So a couple of days later, do you guys have any questions?
If any mercenary groups or anything come in during the time that we're there, I try to figure out if I know any of them or have any connections or anything like that. That's all I'd really do during that time.
Sure, roll me a streetwise check for that one. Just average.
Yep.
Two purple.
If you succeed, I'll let you make someone up. All right, cool. Sure. You see a kind of what kind of guy do you want to know?
I don't know. Any old contact from a mercenary group I used to know,
sure,
maybe.
Sure,
Not necessarily my group, but maybe another group that I know professionally.
All right, sure. You kind of come in and you see a Weekway you've worked with a couple of times. Like he's not part of your groups, but you've definitely worked with him, and he's sitting there playing cards with some of the other troopers. He sees you as he approaches, and he kind of like gets this kind of excited look on his face, and he kind of like waves you over. Waves you, and he goes, Capo, haven't seen you in ages.
What's his name?
Make one up.
Oh crap.
Steve.
Steve Olson. Been ages. Dropped off the map. How are you? Figured you were dead in the rebellion.
He goes, you move on. He goes, you move through life. Sometimes you win. Other times your boss is shot, and you got to find a new job.
Right. Yeah, they put us up against the wall as well. Look, mate. I just got here. New squad, new place. Got to know the lay of the land, and if you know any place I can scrounge a decent sword, I'd be in your debt.
He kind of goes, say no more. He goes, we got a job coming up. If you want in, they might be able to hook you up.
No,
he says
told to fit in.
He says, we've been told to protect. I like protect a certain business.
Protect as in protect, or protect as in there's this shop over the way that needs a bit of a persuading?
He just kind of like gives you kind of a knowing wink. Yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he goes, excellent.
Like the boss said, fit in.
He goes, excellent. He goes, excellent. Meet me upstairs. Meet me upstairs in about 3 hours. And I'll introduce you to the guys we're running with.
Oh, mate. You want me to bring the rest of the boys?
He goes, no, I shouldn't need it. He goes, we're already pretty well fit out, but you know, if you're looking for some connections, then this is the way to do it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Since he's become nominal squad leader, I report into Raaze beforehand. Got a job, boss. Trying to fit in.
Raaze will clap him on the shoulder and say, "Oh, good plan. We definitely need to get a sense of what's going on more around here. See who the players are."
Yeah, know an old bloke in this squad, so he always seemed to know what's up. So should get some good information out of him.
Excellent. Keep us informed.
During the 2 days that passed, Korto would have picked up some local fashion, some clothing, just that visually fit in with whatever the local young people wear. And he will start to drink at the local Imperial bar.
Sure.
And he'll make a point to do that every night for the last 2 nights. And he'll sit at the bar and he'll look kind of dejected for a couple nights.
Excellent. How about Raize and Akdan?
Raize, unfortunately, due to his current looks, is technically not going to be showing himself around the Imperials too much at this time. So probably around this time, he would be looking more into kind of the architecture of the city, looking at places where he can get clear lines of sight towards the compound and figuring out what the best kind of eye lines are for him to be able to take long distance shots from.
Sure. What about Akdan?
I'm gonna see if I can get some work at like a local medical center, trying to fit in, because that was the command.
All right.
So
Cool.
that's what I'm gonna be doing.
All right.
Making some dank.
All right. Cool. Who wants to go first?
Can I just do a medicine check and just see if I've killed anyone?
Sure. Make it as hard as you want.
All right.
I'll even spend the destiny point.
All right. I'll take that challenge. That's fine.
All right.
I will. Shit.
Shit.
Someone changed the destiny point for me so that I can. So
Okay.
I will upgrade mine. All right, let's see how this goes. It'll be fine.
I'm sure it's
It's
great.
fine.
Wow, man.
I'm so good at my job.
Yeah, you're awesome with the rolls tonight.
All right. I'm gonna say a guy like because it looks like. Are you sure you have net success there?
Yeah, because triumph is a net success. Come on.
We had this last session, remember, where it
Alright.
completely wiped it out.
No, if you want to know my total roll, it's fine.
All right, cool.
Wait.
Cool.
No, you're correct. You're right. I actually don't have a net success.
Alright.
I just have the triumph. I
Yeah.
just have the triumph.
Yeah, that happened to me last session. You were adamant I'd succeeded. All right, cool. Cool. So let's say a guy comes in, like a guy, like you get the run-of-the-mill kind of GP level stuff. And this guy comes in and he's like, he's kind of like doubled over in pain, and he kind of comes to you and he says, Doc, my allergies are playing up again. And he's like doubled over in pain, and you kind of do your diagnoses. You have like you have no idea what his allergies are, but you find he's been infected with some kind of space disease, I suppose. That would be that would be the advantage. Like you have no idea what the hell he's talking about, but.
All right. I'm just gonna be like, all right, sir. I'm your doctor now, sort of. Have you been visiting the local spaceports? Is how I'm going to phrase this. Is this?
And he goes. He kind of thinks for a second. And he goes, "Not the local ones."
And I'm just gonna just like that worrying kind of doctor, like,
All right. All right. Cool. You figure out what the triumph is, and while I go to Dev. Dev, you're sitting in an Imperial bar.
Yeah.
Looking dejected. You notice the kind of clientele in this bar is largely kind of Imperial officers and troopers, kind of hanging around playing cards, having a couple of drinks after their stints.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that the bartender is human.
Yeah.
Being an Imperial bar. Can you just what would be a good check? Can you roll me a cool check?
Yeah. Can I mention some of my intention as well?
Yeah, sure.
I'm basically here. I'd like to scout the place for a couple nights, trying to find an approachable mark.
All right, sure.
So basically, that's what I would be doing, and just making them used to seeing me there. So it's not just like the time I talk to them is the first time I show up either.
Sure.
Okay. So
Cool.
what was the roll? Sorry.
Can you just give me an average cool check?
Okay.
Yep. I've lost Lachlan. It's probably getting over here.
All right.
All right.
Okay. 3
All right.
success and a threat.
Excellent. So you see, like you kind of see kind of a friendly-looking group of Imperials. They're there every night. It looks like they work regular shifts during the day, and kind of come there to blow off steam before going home. And they like amongst the other patrons look really cliquish, whereas these guys are like talking to people as they walk past and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just the Imperials that they're engaging with. Like it seems to be just like random people. Like they'll say, "Hey, buddy, having a good night," and they seem to know who the regulars are in this bar and things like that. So
Okay. So when I see that there's an opening in between, like when they finish their games and they're basically just relaxing and chilling out for the rest of the night, just enjoying their drinks, I'd like to go over and approach their table.
Sure.
And
so yeah, it's a group of three guys, and you know they're off duty, but they're wearing they're wearing like the clothing parts of their uniforms without the helmets.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of see you approaching, and they kind of like smile a little bit, and they go, "Hey, we're seeing you here the last couple of nights."
Yeah, evening, gentlemen. Do you mind if I join you and buy you guys a drink?
And he goes, "Buying us a drink, cool." He goes, you know, they kind of look at each other and they kind of shrug a bit, and he goes, "Yeah, sure. You want to play some cards?"
Well, I'm not very good at playing cards, and actually I've had a bit of some hard luck recently. So
he goes, tell us your story, friend, and like they kind of scoot over a bit in the booth they're sitting in.
So I'll order their drinks, whatever they're drinking right now. I'll just order another round of that.
Sure. Like yeah, you kind of see like an attractive human female, like bring you the drinks, as you're kind of spilling through your story.
And the somber, grim look that the team previously saw on Korto is completely gone right now, and he's presenting himself just as a normal kid who's just having a hard time. And he'll say to the Imperial guys, he'll say, like when I left home to make my way in the galaxy, I joined up on a freighter. I was kind of like doing computers and communications, but the guy that I was working for, he wasn't very good as a trader, and he actually went bankrupt a few days ago and sold off his ship and basically skipped planet. And kind of just left me and the rest of the crew behind. And he left us a note and a bit of a cut from what he sold the ship for. But that's kind of dwindling down now. And I'm basically just kind of looking for work, and haven't had much luck with that either. But I figure you guys seem to be Imperial officers, and I figure the Empire maybe can always use some technicians and communications guys, computer guys, and just hoping maybe you can give me a lead on some work around here, something a little more stable.
Sure. He says, sure. Can you roll me a deception check on that one?
Sure, glad.
Just two purple and boost, because you've been liquoring them up.
Yep, perfect. Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
All right.
So they've fallen for it, hook, line, and sinker. They kind of like start fawning over you and going, oh, poor dear. And they say, oh, you could always turn up to the recruiter. We put in a good word for you to make sure you end up on this planet.
Oh, that would be amazing. Sure, I would really appreciate that. You're young and just starting out, right?
You should, yeah, sure. We'll get on to Donnie. He works a desk there if you go there tomorrow.
Donnie? Okay, sure. I'd love to. That'd be great. And just show my appreciation. I'll just buy you guys another drink, and I'll give you hair that you keep enjoying your night. But I really appreciate that. Hope to see you again.
And they're like, sure, we're always open for any friendly strangers, and they kind of raise their drinks and their alcohol. Cool. So while that's happening, Raize is checking out buildings.
Yes, Raize would be looking for a place that would give them a good line of sight and a good field of fire across, especially the entrance to the hangar area where they're going to be eventually having their big showdown.
Sure. Like what you've learnt of the garrison is it's a small way out of the town. So while you're on the outskirts, you can see the kind of perimeters of it. So you kind of find a natural hill location that gives you a pretty good line of sight into the base where you can see where they're into it.
Excellent. Is there any construction going on anywhere nearby?
Sure. Why not? So you see somewhere where they look like they're building a new stadium nearby.
All right. Raize would be interested in looking to see if he can get on to kind of a work gang there. for the purpose of being able to watch incoming and outgoing traffic, especially in this area, and see kind of what patrols are like in the area while he's quote-unquote working and blending in.
All right, sure. You kind of approach this work site, and you kind of see people. There's a lot of people coming and going, but like doing a lot of like heavy work, like dragging around the plasteel and things like that. You see a lot of like a chain gang of Wookiees. They're all kind of like chained to each other, kind of dragging around all the materials and stuff. And you see the foreman occasionally like smacking them to get them to keep going faster and things like that.
So I would approach the foreman, and at this time just kind of looking, generally regular. Still got a kind of a covering on the side of the one part of the head and face there, so it doesn't look, too much like a stormtrooper and whatnot. And I would approach him and just be like, "Hi, yeah, I heard you guys have got some work for people in the area here, and I just came on planet and looking for something, maybe short term. What do you say?"
Yeah, he goes. He kind of like looks up and goes. He goes, can you sling a drill press?
And I'll chuckle and be like, "That's about the easiest job you could have chosen for me."
Yeah, he goes, "Good. We got some kind of, we can't pay. We're not going to pay you a lot because low level stuff. But you drill the holes and things, and we'll give you an honest day's pay for an honest day's work."
Honest day's work is more than you can ask for in most places of the galaxy.
He kind of winks and he goes, "As long as you're more useful than these guys," and like points to the Wookiees who are all kind of like roaring in the corners as they kind of carrying their materials around.
It's like, "The goddamn dog's more useful than a Wookiee."
He kind of like looks at you and he goes, "I like you." And he goes, "Oh, what's your name?"
He's like, "You can call me Reza."
He goes, "All right, right." Oh, my name's Cass."
Liar!
Raize will, stick out his arm for a handshake and be like,
"Yeah, kind of like he
meet your boss."
Shakes your hand and he goes, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Oh, like, we'll give you a tour of the site." And, sorry, I'm just trying to push this ahead. Cool. So he goes, "Oh, we'll give you a tour of the site," and he kind of like waves someone over and gets them to like take you up into the kind of where they're building now, which is the top section of the stadium thing.
Perfect.
Cool. Capo, you meet up with Steve the Weepway.
What's up, Steve?
And he goes, "Capo, my man," and he kind of like claps you on the shoulder and he goes, "You ready for this? Be just like old times."
Hopefully less getting shot at, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, he goes,
Walk
"Awesome."
in memory lane.
He goes, "Excellent." And he kind of like leads you out, and there's kind of like a small group of kind of, there's a group of another two or three look at like big, brutish looking guys.
Can I? Since I know this guy, can I just ask? Is he solid or is he gonna? What's my memory of him? I'll leave this in your hands.
He does the job he's paid for and not much more.
Right. As we're approaching, I kind of nudge him and go, "These guys solid?"
He goes, "Yeah, they're all right. Typical cutthroats, but." Those typical cutthroats, but they haven't crossed me yet. And he kind of like like flicks his vibroblade at you, and then kind of like puts it back in his belt.
Nice.
And he kind of goes, "Oh, we need names for these guys." All right, so he introduces you to like a big human guy and a big bulky Twi'lek. And he kind of goes, we'll just say they're Dave and George.
You just grab a phone book.
Dave, George, and Steve.
And just use all those names.
Dave, George, and Steve.
So the people on this job are Dave, George, Steve, and Capo Greeata.
Sorry, would you like one
That's
to be
going to be an
called
interesting.
Damo? Would you like to call one Damo instead?
Mate, at this point, you're the one with the odd name.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Same thing, man.
So they kind of like, after you kind of do the pleasantries, they go, all right, well, let's do this, and they kind of lead you on, and he goes, all right, this guy's delinquent by about 6 months. We need to like wreck his shit. He goes, it would be good fun.
Right, wreck his shit or wreck him?
Ah, here he goes. Ah, bit of both, bit of both. Whatever floats your boat, mate.
Alright.
All right, so he kind of
what's the getaway plan? This gonna be loud?
he kind of goes, look around you. Do you see any troopers in this spot?
Yeah, right. Let's get this shit over with.
All right, that's a good idea, Dev. Cheers.
Right.
Cool. All right, cool. Excellent. So he kind of leads you up a few blocks, and you guys are like reminiscing, catching up over old times. And you see this shop. You see this kind of it's kind of an antiquities shop that he leads you to, and he goes, all right. Let's have a bit of fun. And you know, like without warning, he just like kicks through the door. And he goes, kicks through the door, and he goes, you're late in your payments.
Alright.
Racketeering is your job.
Alright. You know, he kind of like storms into the room. Storms into the room.
Off to the side just in case some blaster fire comes through this door.
Alright, so you see this quivering little guy, kind of like stepping back, and he goes, oh no, I've fallen upon half times. You know, you got to. All right, I'm gonna use this thing.
Oh God!
All right, he goes, no, tell Seth. He goes, tell Seth I'm good for it. I just need to move some of this merchandise. And Steve kind of like, he goes, some of this merchandise, and just like straight off the kind of counter of the thing. And he goes, what about that merchandise? And he like motions to you, he motions at you. He motions at you, Capo. Kind of like, you've seen him do this. He's kind of indicating for you to do something here.
I nudge Steve and say, can we move this shit? Like, can we fence it?
Roll a perception check.
Yes, sure. Yes. Do you want me to add any difficulties or anything like that? Or just straight?
Yeah, just 2 purple.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So you look around, you realize there is like hut ball. It is like, you know, hut ball crap. Not even the good teams that everyone wants to collect. You know, most of the stuff seems to be like, you know, really, really kind of obscure teams from hut ball in the Outer Rim.
Alright. Well.
You've got an advantage though. Do you want to find something useful?
Sure. I guess if there's any memorabilia or something that's valuable, actually valuable.
there's like a single kind of like bubblegum card sitting on the counter. That could be worth something.
It's a vintage collector's card of Darth Vader.
It's his rookie card.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
But he's still Anakin.
I saunter over, pick it up, and delicately hold it in my hands as if I'm about to rip it in half and say, "Where's the money?"
Nice.
Can you roll me a coercion check?
Oh, what now?
Coercion, intimidation.
Coercion. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Just 2 purple for that one.
Yep. Oh God.
You can have a boost because there's all these other people. Yeah, roll a blue die as well.
Is this coercion or straight up threatening? This is.
All right, cool. I count that as a success. Whatever. Cool. So like he goes, no, not my Darth Vader rookie card. Anything but that. he goes, look, and he kind of like, you see him kind of reach into the cash register that he's got there and kind of like start throwing credits at you. And he kind of like, you see the horror in his face as he realizes he doesn't have enough to stop you doing this. Like, all in all, he's throwing about 200 credits on the counter.
How much does he owe now?
And he goes, about 10,000 credits.
Some legs are about to get broken.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I pocket the card, walk over, and beat him in the face.
Nice.
Roll me a brawl check. Just 2 purple.
Sure can do.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
Oh, sorry, I have the other ones in there as well. Sorry.
Wow. It's quite the brawl.
It's a hell of a brawl.
That is like a king hit.
Yeah, that's like
Jesus.
shit right there.
Alright, yeah.
I punched him in the face. So.
Alright, cool.
What's the
Oh, whatever. He's standing still. So you like king hit the guy, and he kind of like slumps against the wall behind the counter. And Steve just kind of like looks at you and like shrugs, and he goes, "All right, let's get to work." And he kind of like starts shoving stuff off the shelves onto the floor and like stepping on the bobbleheads and things like that. Cool. So we'll move this along. Or you guys are out having fun, or at least Capo is.
Yeah, Capo's having fun.
Yeah, we're working. He's just having a good time.
we're blending in, and he's beating people up.
I tap dance among this man's shattered dreams. The bobbleheads of his shattered dreams.
Jesus.
All right, Akdan. All right, Luke, have you figured out what that triumph was, or?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna, I guess usher him into like a private room to kind of confirm my initial suspicions, and then after doing some tests, I'm just gonna like look him really sternly and just be like, "Sir, it appears that you have contracted ascomycetus pneumoconiosis."
It's sexually transmitted.
He looks at you and he goes, "Oh God, no!" He goes, "How will I tell my wife?"
So completely missing the sort of the innuendo. I'm just gonna be like, "Now, sir, have you been in any place like humid, damp, which you could inhale spores?"
Hey, he kind of like sits there thinking for a second. Can you roll me a perception check?
Okay.
Just
Can I just say, as an actual thing out of game, that sexually transmitted or sexually acquired pneumoconiosis is a horrifying concept. The person for having come up with that. That's basically asbestos disease via sex.
There you go.
That is
That's why he's picking out.
That is an interesting thing to use as a condom.
Now, in fairness, my triumph part of this is that so that he because I'm not perceiving shit about his reaction.
This wasn't for his reaction.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
That's always get it.
So he's contracted Festalung, which is basically from like humid worlds, basically. And so I guess I'm just gonna start kind of plying him like, why would he have been there? Like, what a weird place to be. So that's my plan.
All right, cool. Raize, you're probably the one to see this. So it's getting towards like late afternoon while you guys are doing this. Raize, can you roll me a perception check with a boost? Same one as Luke.
Yep. Gets 2.
No, 3. I did 3. 3 purple.
Yeah, 3 purple. Flat wash.
Flat wash.
All right, cool.
We're really busy being good at our fake jobs, all right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you don't see anything? Dev.
Yep.
Sorry,
Dev,
this is arc flash from the welder.
yeah. You see a Wookiee kind of like grunt with an arc welder while he's like fixing up something, and you're kind of like distracted by the fact that he hasn't set himself on fire with it, with all that fur.
You figure you'd smell the fur burning before you need to think about it.
So while you're left with the philosophical consequences of Wookiee burning his own fur, Dev, you're leaving the bar, I imagine, and heading back.
Sure.
All right, cool. Can you roll me that perception check as well?
Yep. So just perception with 2 purple? Standard?
Yep, sure.
Okay. I notice everything.
Cool. So you kind of notice that something's a bit off. Something is really off here. Like you notice that there's a couple more. There's a few more troopers in the street than you would probably otherwise see.
Okay.
So
do I notice anything in particular about their activity or movements?
They've got the guns out and they seem to be moving towards something.
In my direction or not in my direction?
They're they're going in a couple of different directions, but they look like they're going somewhere. Like they don't look like they're just on patrol.
Okay, I'm going to start to stumble and weave a little bit, like I'm drunken, and walk a little slower, like like I'm having trouble focusing on where I'm going, and I need to slow down my pace a little bit, and just kind of follow one of those patrols in the direction, but not directly behind them. Put a little space between us.
All right.
And just walk in the general direction that they're going, as if I belong in this place.
All right, cool. So you follow the group that's kind of going back towards their headquarters, I imagine.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Cool. So you kind of follow them up, and they kind of get to crossroads. They kind of get to a crossroads, and they look like this. You see that looks like they're setting up a roadblock across the road going in towards the city.
Okay. And with my familiarity over the last 2 days with this city, do I notice any particular significance about where they're doing this, or like what would be the significance of this in my mind that I would know so far?
Sure.
If any.
Can you roll me a knowledge warfare check?
Sure.
Probably 2 with a setback.
Okay. Because I'm not familiar with this area.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I can get some general idea of what they're doing.
They're trying to stop people leaving.
Okay.
They're like they're setting up. They look like they're setting up like gun emplacements and stuff.
Okay.
Pointing back towards the city.
And does it look like they're trying to stop only vehicles, or does it look like it's a very tight barricade that will stop like pedestrians as well?
They're turning away everyone. Like anyone tries to get through, they're kind of saying, "No, sorry, area's off limits."
Okay, and that's the exit out of town. Like if this barricade wasn't here and I kept going, what would be out there?
Yeah, you go straight back towards the Imperial base.
Okay, so it's the road to the Imperial base.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since you're at that, can you roll me another perception check?
Sure.
Just average this time.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, okay. Cool. Alright, so you kind of like follow your eyes back up to the Imperial base, and you kind of see a very ominous looking figure kind of slowly making its way. It's out in the distance, but it looks huge. And you see, as you're kind of watching it, you see a couple more crest up over the ridge, and like eventually it's kind of like the hills along the side. Look, there's a number of these figures kind of advancing towards the town.
Are they like AT-AT type figures.
They're about that size. Yeah, they're about that size.
Or like a cheeseburger.
Gigantic walking war machines.
It's kind of dusk, but they look that big. Yeah.
Okay, not like a humanoid shapes, just oversized and walking. All right.
No. They're
the Titans are
Walking
coming.
is involved.
Okay, and there's quite a few of them. You said.
Yeah, there's a number of them. Like you count them, and you think you can see about 7 coming towards the city.
Coming towards the city. Okay. I don't have, as part of my cover story, I don't have a legitimate reason to approach them any further or to go down that road. So I'm not going to want to blow my cover. So I'm going to, at that point, just make it look like I meant to go down another street.
All right.
And I'm going to double back and try to meet up with the others and warn them. I don't know if I can find them or which of them I can find. If I have to go back to the base, that's fine.
You've all got comm links now.
Okay. So I'll once I'm clear and away from them, I'll radio the others on the comm link and
Sure.
let them know what's going on.
Sure. Okay, so this goes through as you're tap dancing through the bobbleheads, as Akdan is diagnosing this guy, and as Raaze is getting distracted by the Wookiee with the arc welder.
Someone's doing the real work here.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm getting vital intel on disease.
Sexually transmitted asbestos.
It's not sexually transmitted, it's fungally transmitted, spore-based.
So from my position on top of the stadium here, what would my view be of these? Would I have a better view than?
Oh
Korto?
yeah, Korto rings it in and he says, "We got a problem," and you look out and you see them all there, like you see them advancing in formation on the city.
Raaze would calm back. Fuck. Looks like we're about to earn our pay, boys.
Yeah, do you think we should warn the HQ?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move to a better position here. But anybody that's in place already, get in touch with MARRAK. The rest of you guys, maybe look for a place on the edge of town here where we can engage and at least be in a similar area.
Where do you want me?
Oh, you're a
Do you
tough
want me
one
to go
call,
back to HQ? I'm already mobile right now.
How long would it take you to get to
Stay
HQ?
here where the approach point is and scout.
How long would it take you to get there and back?
I think it's, well, if someone else can go back to HQ, I can stay kind of in the general area of this roadblock and give more updated intel when they approach.
So, in talking with the others, are any of them kind of, like, would headquarters be on the way here for either Akdan or Capo?
Sorry, that.
Would the
Who's closest to the HQ?
Yeah,
What of us?
probably Capo, because you only wanted a few blocks. So.
Right. Okay. Well, it's been
busy.
reported what's coming.
Yeah, I'm busy.
So I know that there are a whole load of AT-ATs and everything coming from the garrison.
Yeah, Korto rang it in.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're in
Okay.
con- we're in con-
I hate to be the voice of gloom and doom here, but I don't think my frag grenade's going to do much against those AT-ATs. I think evac may be the name of the day, name of the game here today. I don't know about setting up strong points. Do we want to set a? Is there enough force there to raise the city? What does it look like their gameplay is, if anyone can see?
Raaze would kind of call back and say, I think this is going to be a big pile of shit. But the fact is that the more numbers we got on the rebel side, the better for all of us. If we need
I'm
them,
gonna need my
we can always
gear then.
cut. Yeah.
All right,
So maybe I will go back.
I kind of whack Steve on the arm and say, we're heading back to base now.
He looks at, he gives you this really disappointed look, and he goes, but why? He goes, look at all
Drag him
this.
outside, drag him outside, light the place on fire. We got a job to do.
Awesome.
So you grab Steve's lighter out of his belt and just as you're walking out, you're just setting all the shelves on fire.
Cool guys.
As I'm dragging the proprietor out, this is a lesson, not an execution.
Okay,
we're being civilized about this.
The way I see this, you'd drag Steve out, grab his lighters, tell the others to leave, and then grab the proprietor and just set things on fire as you're leaving.
Awesome.
I can live with this.
Cool.
Okay, I'll radio in and say I'm gonna rendezvous with Capo at the HQ. I gotta pick up my gear if the shit's gonna hit the fan.
Alright.
I'm just in my civvies right now.
Alright. I would say that after that, I'd be okay, try to, if you can, from this point, try to make your way towards the stadium. I'm pretty sure they're going to be evacuating the workers here soon, but it might give us a good line of sight for us to be able to figure out whether we should stick around or if it's time for us to make a move elsewhere.
Roger. Alright, so I'll start making my way back to the HQ.
Akdan, acknowledge. Akdan, acknowledge.
Jesus.
It's like you kind of hear over your comm link something about asbestos and spores and visiting strange planets.
Hey, no, I'm very good. Patient, client, doctor, patient, confidentiality. I do not inform them about this man's ailments. Okay, thank you. I will say, I'm just gonna say, just as an aside, I'll say to him, I'm sorry, this is really unprofessional, but I have to take this call. And just be yeah, oh, really? Oh, the kids? Yeah, I'll be there soon.
Awesome.
So the guy that's coming just kind of gives you this really strange look, and he goes, oh, something. He goes, oh, how will doctor, you gotta fix me up.
So I'm just gonna really matter of factly kind of just all right. So I sit down at my desk and I really terrible handwriting. I write him a script, and then I say, all right, take this down to the bursary downstairs, lower ground floor. They'll give you some antibiotics for this. Here's my personal card. If you are still alive in a few days for various reasons, please contact me, as we may have many things to discuss.
If you're still alive.
As you say, if you're alive, if you are still alive for many reasons, you see him get really worried, and he goes, "Thanks, Doc." And just kind of as you leave the room, you see him sitting there staring at the script in one hand and the card in the other. He's obviously making some big decisions right now.
That's the best line to get from a doctor ever.
So I'm just imagining as well that
we have to get treated by him. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just imagining as well, so I've kind of stepped out of my patient room to wherever my stuff is. So I've grabbed my med pack. And then so as I'm walking out past the receptionist, I'm slinging my blaster carbine on my back and just be and I'm just yeah, I'm taking an out. I'm taking a nap call. No more. Shotgun surgery. Cancel all my appointments for the rest of the afternoon, and then just leave.
Nice. About this time too, I think Raize would try to find the foreman and kind of take a moment to kind of point him at the AT-ATs and be I think perhaps everybody should be moving back towards town, perhaps. And I'm trying to clear out this area for us.
Hey, he goes, oh, that's not good. And you see him hit a button, and the end of work call goes out, and the Wookiees all just kind of drop their stuff. You see the humans kind of get up from what they're doing, look at the time, kind of shrug, and file off sight. The Wookiees go back to a hut, there's a kind of small shanty town on the edge of the construction site where all the Wookiees start walking back to. And he goes, oh well, they'll look after themselves. You know, we like, you know, they're kind of cheap contract laborers, but he goes, well, my workers are off site. He goes, all right. He goes, I've never been in this situation before. Like, what do I do here?
Raize will kind of chuckle and he's like, well, you obviously haven't been around the galaxy much. The best thing you can do in this case, run.
He kind of gives you a like really shocked look and like just bolts out the door. He just kind of like nods and like bolts out the door.
Nice. Did he leave? If I look around there really quick, can I find the keys to these Wookiee huts?
Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Like you find like kind of like the control. Yeah, like you can tell that this office is meant to be locked down when it's not being used. But like there's kind of a remote control sitting on the desk. Excellent. With like a key ring and stuff for the manual doors. Cool. I'll just be back in a second. Need to grab something.
Sure.
So I'm gonna radio to you guys, and basically, you know, I may have some, let's say, backup for us here. If you guys can carry any other weapons or procure any on the way, could help us out.
Capo and I will talk to the quartermaster.
Anything you can bring now might be one of those good times for the when you need it response.
We'll be sure to call him sir. Sir.
We got any numbers? How many? Do we know how many we need, or just tell him give us everything?
Yeah, anything you guys can carry.
Maybe a half dozen. I don't think they'll give us more than that. All
well, like I said, I do have a spare frag grenade that I can threaten him with. Trandoshans have nice big mouths.
That's vaguely suspect.
Vaguely.
I'm not the one giving people terrible or treating people with terrible sexual asbestosis.
Hey, it's not even that. It's Festalong, alright? He got it from being in a swamp.
Doing sexual things in a swamp.
He would have got it if he was just walking around in a swamp, alright?
Well, it's good. It's a good thing that he had fun then.
That's what he's going to tell his wife anyway. I would have got it just walking around there, honey.
Ignore the glitter.
Yeah. Lipstick, what lipstick?
Alright, sorry about that.
No
worries.
Cool. Alright, cool. No one died while I was away? Excellent.
We just talked about all the free stuff we're going to get from the quartermaster.
I threw the shopkeeper back into the fire.
Excellent.
So I don't want to say that somebody died, but you know, kind of shorting his cat scenario.
Alright, so what's everyone doing in the wake of this? Raize is freeing the Wookiees by the sound of it.
I'm heading. I guess I'm.
Looks like myself and Korto are heading back to the base and trying to talk some weapons out of the quartermaster for the Wookiees.
Alright.
Korto's going to want to change his clothes back to his normal gear, and he's going to strap on his weapons, his knife, his blaster, and he's going to have a special back harness for his vibro sword.
Alright,
And then he'll meet up with Capo at the quartermaster.
Perfect. Cool. So, you guys, as you're heading back to the bar and like back down into the base, you're like, it is a hive of activity. As you kind of enter the base, you realize they're gone code red. You know, there's like flashing lights everywhere, and there's an alarm sounding from the kind of control room type thing. So who's there? We got Korto. Raize is hanging around at the construction site. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Capo.
All right. Cool.
Are you coming to us or coming to the stadium?
I'm gonna go off whatever my squad leader tells me to do.
Well, now you're gonna listen to the squad leader.
Yeah, sure. Combat's about
When the AT-ATs come, now you're obeying.
For the team.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
What was the makeup of that checkpoint in terms of guards and stuff like that?
It was all troopers. so there was a number of troopers, and they set up heavy concrete barricades and gun emplacements and stuff.
What are just the general sense of the numbers that Korto would have gotten from that?
Maybe 9 or so. Just general troopers.
Do I think that my squad members would be able to get around that to the site, or would I need to take out that in order for them to get here?
You think, like, you kind of, like, trace it back through the paths, and, like, the way they've kind of set it up, it looks like they're going to do kind of, like, they kind of choke you off and like, move forward. From what Korto could see, like, that looks like what they were trying to do. They're trying to stop kind of people moving in that general direction and then push forward.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think I would give the order to Akdan to wait somewhere nearby, but safe distance from that that barricade area there, and then so that he can meet up with the other two on their way out to see if they can get around or if they have to go through.
All right. Cool. All right. Cool. So you guys, you all get back to the base. And go out. Akdan, where are you going? Are you going to go to the construction site as told, or are you going to?
Well, he's told me to like hang around the roadblock. So that's what I'm gonna like maybe like 100 meters away, like down. Just
all right. Just kind of hunker down behind a.
Just polish your blaster carbine.
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't do that. I would be going over my med pack. Come on.
It's probably a useful idea. This
vials of diseases.
All right.
Bioterrorist getting to happen.
All right, cool. Cool. All right, cool. So this is where everything starts. Like you guys, like you're down in the base, getting ready to talk to the quartermaster, and you know you like Raaze. You see like you know the AT-ATs are starting to get a bit closer at this point, and like you see the first shot go off, and it just kind of goes down into the kind of poor areas of the city, and shake the ground around there. And you see like one of the buildings, the front of it just kind of collapses as that shot hits.
I would call into the comlink immediately. Contact. All
right.
Question: Do we feel the shot in the base?
It's close, so you hear the hit in a kind of word, in a kind of sense. You know it happened.
There's a rumbling.
Yeah, there's a rumbling like above ground, but it doesn't seem to have hit too close to you.
Did anyone else feel that?
Roger. How many Wookiees you got, Sarge? What are we looking at for gear here?
What were the number of Wookiees that I would be able to release?
You could probably you saw about 15 heading back to the huts, and there are a couple that hung around on site up where they could see things. So the ones down on the ground seem to go back to the little shanty town that they'd set up.
Yeah.
Whereas the ones up higher seem more interested in what's going on outside the city.
Fair enough. Okay, so I radio back there. I think I got about 15 or so.
We'll do what we
15
can.
blasters is going to be a little hard, but we'll try.
Anything you can get, something put in their hands, better than these pieces of steel.
And I'll add, does anybody on the team need anything else?
Raaze chuckles and he says, Imperial fucking Star Cruiser?
Something we can carry, sir.
A pocket AT-AT.
So while you guys are standing in the base, like you hear a call come out over the speakers, and they go, "All units, prepare for evacuation. Liberty is en route."
Okay.
And so you see Lesk come up, and he goes, "You guys, you know the evacuation protocols."
Yeah, no problem. And then we're just gonna keep going to the quartermaster.
Just got him.
Like he says, this is no time for a joke. And he goes, "What gear do you need?" He goes, "I see you've got your sword. Do you need any extra armor?"
We need 15 weapons, blasters or rifles or bowcasters. Any combination.
He kind of like opens the door to the armory and goes. He goes. I don't know why you need that many, but just grab what you can and let's go.
Sir, Lesk, I do actually need a sword now.
He goes. Yeah, around there on the corner. He goes round there on the corner. You'll find a couple of vibro swords out that way.
Okay. So
I also attempt to find any armor that is better than
clothing.
My 2 padded armor, which I have currently.
That's actually pretty good. That stuff.
Yeah, I want to actually pick up some padded armor because that's better than what I have.
Sure.
All right. So
always need more armor.
You find kind of like rebel kind of uniforms, but they're not like padded armor like capos. They're kind of more kind of heavy clothing, +1 soak type stuff. So they offer a little bit of protection, but not a lot.
Okay. Is there a heavy blaster?
No heavy blasters. It's more kind of like blaster carbines along the walls and kind of like heavier gun emplacement type things. And there's kind of a wall.
Can I grab a carbine as well?
Yeah, sure.
Because all I have is a blaster pistol, so vibro sword and a blaster.
All right.
Cool. I'll pick up a heavy blaster pistol if there's one of those.
There's no kind of like heavy weapons other than emplaced ones, so you can grab like a blaster pistol. There's kind of basic stuff in here.
Okay, I'll take. I'm not sure how much I can physically carry, but I can probably carry. If we're just gonna grab blaster pistols for the Wookiees, then I can probably carry 3 or 4, I guess.
Yeah, there's also like knapsacks and stuff around.
Okay, perfect.
Load up a knapsack full of. How much do you want to say we can fit in?
Yeah, I think you should.
What are you carrying? Blaster pistols, blaster rifles. I'll say you can probably sling 2 blaster rifles under your arms and a couple, like maybe 3 or 4 blaster pistols in the backpacks.
Okay. Can we get some frags?
Is that on top of what we're wearing at the moment? Yeah.
That's not on top. Like that's just kind of if you haven't got anything else. Like, say you have like a blaster pistol holstered, that wouldn't count. But if you've already got like a blaster rifle that you're taking for yourself, that would.
So that was 2 blaster rifles total, and what, 3, 4 blaster pistols?
Yeah, they're blaster carbines. Yep. So, and you can pick up like a handful of frag grenades, so like 2 or 3 of them each as well if you need to.
Yeah, basically like we don't have a lot of time, so we're just gonna like just literally grab a bunch of shit and just shove it in rucksacks and just get out of there.
Cool. Yep.
So we'll get an assortment of blaster carbines, blaster pistols, and frag grenades between the 2 of us in 2 separate rucksacks.
All right, Akdan. You see another shot just like rocket over your head, and like you see it, you see it kind of hit a few blocks away with another kind of violent behind you. This one's a lot closer to where you are now.
I begin furiously checking and rechecking my med pack.
Nice.
Alright, so you see the road. You see the roadblock. They're all kind of like talking to themselves, and it looks like they're kind of getting ready to kind of push forward a bit as well.
So I'm basically just gonna radio like so when's the rest of the team arriving?
I'm saying we're on our way. We're passing through the med facility. Do you need any more stim packs or anything?
All right. And as you kind of say that, Les kind of like goes, all right. Evacuation point is out towards the east of the city. If you find the playing fields out that way.
Okay.
He kind of says, make your way out there. Make your way out there. Spread out. We don't want them ambushing the lot of us.
Which way do we go in the abandoned tunnels? In the abandoned subway line?
He says that won't get you anywhere. He says we need to be up on the top and push them back for as long as possible. We can't get the ships underground. So you need to go back overland and keep them back.
Raize will see this other shot here again, boom, blasting things, and he'll radio back in and say, do the rebels have any heavy artillery on the ground? Or is there any we can steal?
We got.
All we've got is 2 blaster
There's
carbines.
nothing in the army.
Yeah, you see like other soldiers like in there kind of like packing up backpacks, and you're pretty sure you see like a demolition team grabbing like anti-vehicle mines and things like that to deploy there.
Oh, okay.
So on the way out,
We got some anti-vehicle mines, so.
So you see them like picking up the gun emplacements, and like two of them like hoist them up onto their shoulders and like carry them like they're carrying them out like that.
Okay, so we're gonna exit then, and just when we go through that room with the stim packs again, Korto's just gonna literally just grab a handful of stim packs and just shove them in the bag as he goes by.
MARRAK kind of like grabs you on the way out, and he kind of goes, "Oh, he goes, Korto, take this," and he like throws a hand scanner at you as well.
Okay, so I'll catch it with one hand and put it in the pack.
He goes, "You might need that." He goes, "You might need that. Keep your comm link on."
Roger. Will do, sir.
Roger.
And then we'll just hurry now to try to meet up with the rest of the team.
As we get out, I just tell the new kid to keep his head down, and run.
I just kind of smirk when he calls me new kid.
All right.
What would be the range between me and the barricade?
It's probably long range at this point.
Long range.
So maybe 200 or 300 meters.
Yeah, I'm gonna line up on them just while I'm waiting for the others.
All right, cool. What weapons do you have on you? Just out of curiosity.
I have my long blast rifle. Wait a second, let me double check.
That you just happened to stash somewhere here in the stadium before you went to work with the arc welder.
Yeah, good point actually.
He was carrying a very sophisticated
Yeah.
Just a narrative to help you out there, buddy.
Realistically, I would have used on that hill. So actually, maybe I'm gonna leave this part and make once I free the Wookiees. My plan would be to go free the Wookiees first, and then make my way to that hill, because that would be where I stash my gear before coming to this site.
Alright, so you kind of like make your way to the shantytown, and you're like knocking on doors frantically, and like Wookiees are kind of coming out, and you like one of them kind of growls at you, and kind of like gets really uppity at you, as you see like a small Wookiee poke his head around the corner of the door.
At this point, I would kind of raise my sleeve, and I would reveal kind of underneath a patch of the rebellion, and then without knowing his language, I would say, if you want a chance to fight back, now is the time. We have weapons on the way. Gather your people. We got shit to do.
He kind of like roars at you, and he sounds curious in the way that he's roaring. And he kind of prattles on for a bit, and then points at the collar around his neck.
Yeah, then I would pull out the thing that I'd taken out of the office there, and I would look for a way to turn it off or take it off.
Yeah, there's only a couple buttons, so you kind of you turn it off, and it kind of unclips, and the Wookiee just kind of rips it off him and throws it on the ground. And he kind of calls, and you see the Wookiees you saw go in there all kind of come out, kind of tentatively come out with the collars around their necks.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine you just kind of and they all kind of throw off their things, and you see them gathering up child Wookiees and stuff as they're kind of coming out. And they all kind of look at you and look like they're looking to you to kind of get an idea of what to do.
I kind of point off to one side, and I say, fight, and I kind of give a fist-to-hand motion. And I point to the other side, and I say, run. So I'm trying to divide them between those who are going to fight and those who are going to run.
Oh yeah, they obviously understand basic, because the bigger, burlier-looking Wookiees run towards where you walk towards where you said fight,
yeah.
And the ones with the kids just kind of go towards the run, where you said to top the run.
Then I would say, to runners, I'd say east of the city, go. And then the fighters, the fighters, I would kind of direct to follow me towards the hill.
All right, you see them. They kind of like seem to acknowledge this, and like you see them kind of like scrounging around in the materials, and they look like they're trying to make some makeshift weapons out of what they got. And you see one of them picks up an arc welder and kind of like screams as he holds it above his head.
Whatever works.
Cool. Akdan. Akdan, you see that they're now dismantling like the gun emplacements as a few of them kind of move forward to the next intersection along, and they look like they're starting to camp there. So one of them like kicks in a window and jumps in and like kind of kneels down underneath with his gun pointing out.
Awesome.
How far away is everyone?
We're en route.
All right, so you guys are en route. So you guys are well on your way. So you're maybe 300 meters away at this point.
Be there momentarily.
Cool.
Yeah.
I call back to Capo at this point and say, I've got the Wookiees free. Any weapons you can get us here are good. Looks like you've got two options: go through or go around. I'll leave that on your call. I can't see you guys now.
All right.
What's resistance?
So cool. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was going to ask him what the resistance was.
Oh yeah. Like they've moved up, and so they've moved beyond their concrete barriers now. So it's still the 9 kind of sweeping through the street. But as you guys approach, you see Akdan kind of like kneeling down behind a planter, like compulsively checking his med kit.
Okay, so when we approach Akdan, we're gonna drop our gear, and we're gonna say, report. Where's the enemy? Where are they positioned? Because we don't know, right? Like, we have to know where they are.
Yeah.
We know there's some right there in the street, but we need to know where all of them are that he knows.
So like, yeah. What do I know? What do I know? I guess.
We saw one guy go into the house, right?
Yeah.
Like he's kind of kicked a window in and jumped in to get some cover.
What's the layout like of where we are? I guess. Or is it just kind of like?
It's kind of like a long boulevard, kind of coming in, and there's kind of planters and trees on either side, and with like plate glass window type building fronts.
Okay.
Like lining up the sides.
Is there any way that they could flank? I guess like as our guys, our teammates. Is there any way that they could flank?
I can.
Yeah, they could go. They could like kind of like from what you can imagine, they're probably doing this on the streets across. So you could probably go through the buildings on top of them.
Do frag grenades have timers?
We can narratively say it does. Why not? Or if you can tell me how you're rigging up a trap, I'll let you do the check.
And I'll turn to Capo and say, "You thinking of fragging the guy in the house?"
I'm thinking of making a noise and then going round. We need to get these blasters to an army.
A frag in the house would make a big noise.
I'm gonna do. Alright, you know what? I've been sitting here. This has been too tempting. I'm imagining like I'm listening to them, and they're like the serious, like actually soldiers, and they're just like, "We need a noise." So I'm like, I'm just gonna look at them dead serious and be like, "Got you covered. Go on." and I'm gonna shoot at the guy in the house.
Seriously?
Sure.
Okay, let it happen. Let it happen. Fuck it.
Roll me medium range. Medium range. Any cover as well.
So I'm just gonna say, "Goddamn medics," and I'm gonna throw the kit to him.
Can I roll to notice him pulling out his gun? Because I want to spear tackle him.
Sure. Sure. What's your
Good soldier.
What's your agility, Luke?
3.
Alright, so it will be perception against three purple.
Alright.
Wow, that's awesome.
Come on. Come on.
So you see, he goes, got you covered, and you see the gun coming up.
And then?
Alright, just roll me a brawl check now, which is 2 purple.
This is awesome. I love this.
Alright. He kind of like drags you to the ground. Cool.
What the bloody hell are you doing, you idiot?
Well,
I have some bad news for you guys.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Korto's going to be looking around to see if anybody noticed this ridiculous commotion.
You see the troopers and they go bogey sighted, and like they all bring guns on the bear on you. You can Raize.
Guy buys a tree.
I could have shot one guy.
As this is happening, you see Raize. As this is all happening, you see a group of 3 troopers heading towards you.
Excellent.
So everyone can roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
God.
cool or vigilance.
That can be vigilance.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's the same.
Can I make the argument that it should be survival?
It's either cool or vigilance.
Damn it.
Okay, you're surprised, so vigilance is fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Alright.
I think this is going splendid.
This is awesome. I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking this is awesome. I love this.
Alright. What did you guys get? 1 success, 1 advantage. 1 success, 1 advantage. 2 success.
2
Even though
success, 2 advantage. Come on.
Please.
Even though I give the medic a
Success,
hard
right.
time, I love the medic. Korto doesn't like you, but Dev likes you.
There's a lot of dice initiative being rolled on the GM's part here. I feel.
Yeah. Just for the viewers at home, there's an excessive
There were
amount
9 of them.
of rolling happening right
Sorry,
now.
like I'm kind of controlling you guys, the troopers, and the Wookiees. So
Yeah, only 6 rolls. I mean,
It's a very disturbing amount of GM rolling happening right now.
all right, cool. All right, cool. We're ready to start. The first slot is a PC slot. So you guys decide what you want to do.
Move to cover.
All right, cool.
Yeah, can we
So you
get
kind of
in
like.
a building or something?
All right, so you kind of press yourself against a wall down a small alleyway, coming off the main road.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pull out my my blaster. Blaster
Have
pistol.
they? I guess like if they said like bogey sighted, have some of them like moved forward towards us as we've kind of like?
Yeah, they look like they're getting ready to come at you.
Is there any of them out of cover?
All right, so
So you're not gonna go into cover?
so who's taking the first slot, because it's kind of important here.
It's kind of important. Don't tell me that. That's a lie.
No.
I feel like
you're
not trying to be selfish, but I feel like since Akdan and Capo are grappling on the ground, I probably think they're not going to be the first to react.
That's actually narratively
That's fine.
fair. Yeah.
Alright.
That's fair.
Crap.
Alright, so you push yourself into cover. Do you want to take a snapshot at them as you're running?
Sure. Yeah.
Alright, so
No
yeah,
aim?
they're
No aim?
at medium range. Yeah, they're at medium range. There's like one group that's out of cover, but they're looking ready to run at you.
Okay. Can I aim? Or
No,
is this
'cause
happening too quickly?
You're kind of like moving into cover as you're taking a shot.
Yeah.
So probably too quick.
Okay, here we go. Oh shit, I didn't roll the difficulty, sorry.
No worries.
Do you want me to roll again with the difficulty?
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay, two purple. What was it? Two purple? Or
Yeah, two purple.
Wow, I'm so good. I got success right away.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, that's
good.
fine. That's fine.
All right, cool.
So two success and a threat.
All right, kind of cool. So you kind of like throw yourself off a bit, as like you trip a little bit, and you kind of like you hit, but you kind of trip on your way into cover.
Okay.
So you can take a setback next time you take a shot.
Okay.
Cool.
Do I do damage on them?
Yep. Sure.
Maybe 7. 7 damage.
All right. Cool. So you're on your game today, and you like peg one overhead as you run behind the wall.
Let's say I do the dive into cover, and as I dive, I do the fire with my gun. But because I'm doing that, I just crash into the cover. I'm totally messed up. I messed up for my next turn. Not ready at all. I'm just like sprawled on the ground behind cover.
All right. Cool. That works fine. Excellent. So that group you just shot at, he's going they go man down, and like they kind of run towards a planter box, and you see one like kind of pull a grenade out from his belt and just kind of lob it where you guys are grappling on the ground.
Fuck, see, if you just hadn't grappled me, this would be all fine.
You were shooting
Korto's
a
already hit the
blaster
dirt, so he's
where
okay.
we were exactly standing.
Oh, you were
That's
so
not a
lucky.
distraction. That's an alarm call.
All right.
It's an invitation for disaster.
All right, so you guys see this grenade coming in. Like you see it like bounce along the ground next to you, and then you kind of like dive behind the planter box. You're both behind, like instinctively, just kind of both dive behind the planter box there, and it kind of blows up and kind of like showers you with debris on the other side of this planter box. But where you are, you've just been completely pinned down where you are because of that grenade. All right, excellent. So you guys will get a setback die next time you go to shoot. Cool. So another PC slot.
Capo or Akdan?
Raaze, you have guys heading towards you as well. So
Yeah, I'll wait on them if they want. I'll let them.
cool.
No, if we're sort of behind cover at the moment, so if you want to take it, that's fine.
All right, fair enough. As the 3 Imperials are coming towards me, my plan is I'm going to pull off the head covering so that I appear as one of the stormtroopers, one of the clones. And I'm going to call out CT-33, Brine, Imperial Trooper, Local Infiltration, 2nd Battalion, and try to get them to kind of let me pass.
Sure. Roll me a deception check
Okay.
against 2 purple. You can also have a setback. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 5, is that right?
No, that's not right at all.
Yeah.
3. And 1 setback?
1 setback because like they're not really expecting to find anything like that there.
Yep. Okay.
All right, cool. And so they kind of bring their guns down, and he goes, "You, not the Wookiees."
And I'm gonna kind of, as I approach them, like I'm gonna kind of stop running, and I'm gonna step, and I'm gonna be like right in front of one of the guys, and kind of turn around and be like, "What Wookiees?" As if I'm kind of surprised to see them there as well.
Right, sure. He kind of goes, like, you see them kind of like, they see the surprise on your face, and they immediately turn their guns towards the Wookiees.
All right, so I imagine that was my maneuver. and movement as well.
Talking isn't incidental.
Okay. So then
so
I'm going to try to disarm. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, sure. If you want to disarm. All right.
And by disarm, I mean take and use on them.
Sure. Give me we'll say brawl check with a disadvantage. I'm not sure if there's actually rules around this, but a brawl check sounds about right.
All right. So 3 purples?
2 purples and a black.
2 purples and a black. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right. Cool.
Success.
So you kind of like this is your action. Like you kind of grab your. You kind of like reach out and grab the guys. I think they got blaster rifles. Yeah, they got blaster rifles. So you grab a blaster rifle.
I'd like to say that the way that I do it is that when I grab them, like, as if I'm kind of getting ready to help them out still, they're like, oh my god, fucking Wookiees, and I'm gonna grab the gun off of the guys. Take steps, like 2 steps back, as if I'm kind of retreating from the Wookiees, so that I'm behind the guys now.
All right.
And then I'm probably have to wait till next turn to fire, but that's my intention.
All right. Cool. So you see the guy. One of the guys go, like the guy you took the gun off goes, like he looks at you like, what the hell, man? While the other two that are with him, open fire on the Wookiees.
Come on, Wookiee strength.
All right. So he pegs one. Like they kind of like, when you see one of the blaster bolt just goes straight through one of the Wookiees, and you see the other two that were standing around him kind of look at what's happening and like look back and just like scream bloody murder at these guys.
Perfect. Motivated.
Cool.
Motivated.
Like you see them kind of like they kind of run up charging with their kind of like these two run up charging with like they kind of made like makeshift shanks out of the stuff they picked up. So they run forward and they engage. They kind of engage those guys.
Nice one.
All right. Cool. Cool. So they kind of. Cool. So like they kind of run forward and they both go to shank one of the guys in the legs. He's not down, but he kind of goes, blasted animals, as he gets hit. All right. Cool. Another PC slot.
Capo or Akdan?
Okay.
Do you want to go or? Yeah, you go.
I was gonna throw a frag back at them.
You go first.
See how they
You
like
go
it.
first.
Yeah. So there's one group that's moved into short range that you can do that to, or you can push your way up and like lob it at one of the others. So there's like 3 groups.
If I do there's 3 groups. How many is in the close group?
There's 2 in the close group.
2 in the close group.
Yeah.
I'll give us some breathing room. I'll lob it at the close group so long as it's not going to impact on Korto. So long as it's not going to get anywhere near him.
So that's
Excellent.
one.
I
Yeah.
bring it out,
Yep.
give it a
So-
kiss, and lob it.
All right. So range light, 1 purple and 2 blacks. 1 for their cover and 1 because you've kind of been suppressed where you are.
So 2 purple, 1 black, and
Oh,
it
just
was
one black. Well, sorry, one purple, 2 black.
1 purple, 2 black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And range light.
Range light. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Nice.
Cool. So you kind of like you pop your head up like just to get your bearings, and like they're immediately firing at you, but you kind of like and lob that grenade at them. Frag grenade is 8 damage, yeah.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
So 11 damage. So 11 damage. You didn't get to blast, but that's enough to kill one of them. One of them just dives on the grenade. one of them just goes, grenade, and just like dives on it, and you see him just get blown into a million pieces.
See, if he was on the outside, that's heroic. But
Yeah, really.
I'm just happy he's dead.
But the other side of that, the other guy has just like he's just continued to belt you with this blaster fire. So you're going to take another setback. When the next turn comes up.
Yep.
Cool. Last PC slot.
Akdan?
Oh yeah, Akdan. That's right, the guy who was so keen.
The guy that started it all.
Excellent. I love it. So I'm gonna just get up and just wanna I'm presumed that we've kind of like hugged the cover when we got like blown by the grenade, and he's like thrown his grenade. So I'm just gonna be like, I guess as my incidental, I'm just gonna shout to him like, "This loud enough for you?" And then, so as my maneuver, I'm going to aim, so I get a boost, and then I'm gonna shoot it at the last guy with my blaster cover.
Sure. So the two blacks, because you guys got force behind that.
Oh, crit the net. On point.
All right. So
Medic is actually the most lethal guy on our team.
All right. Just describe the kill. You flattened this guy even before the crit. So.
All right. So like the guy, so Capo threw the grenade, and this guy has done the heroic sacrifice, like, no, Brett, I have you covered. Taking the grenade, and then so then I've just gone, Brett, like kind of looking at it, it's like Brett's lower chest cavity is not as strong as it should be, and then just like kind of shoot him just straight through the chest.
See, the death of his friend, his chest cavity is now weaker.
All right. What do you want to use? What do you want to do with all those advantages?
So the two other advantage, I guess.
You don't have to crit to kill him. He didn't have much left.
That's fine. So with that like whole heap of advantage, I'm gonna say that the other army troopers have been shocked by our brutal efficiency.
Nice.
And like the nearest group can have a setback, I guess. Like they're rattled, right? Psychologically, we've done some warfare today.
So the guys in the building had like one of the legs from the grenade fly through there as you were finishing off the last guy. And so they kind of like jump back from it, and they've seen this like severed leg just like land between them.
Awesome.
Cool. Cool. So. All right, so they're gonna kind of come out shaken, like they're gonna like lean out the window as you guys are there, and they're gonna lob their grenade.
It's just a big grenade fight.
This is like actual warfare. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I shall invest in a tennis racket.
They move further. They kind of like sally forth from where they're standing in the building, and they kind of jump out the window and like run down behind the nearest cover, down there where their comrades were, and they lob their grenade.
Oh come on!
All right, no, they missed.
Yeah.
They missed.
But they did try it.
They did try it. Cool. They're gonna hit the building that Korto is. They're gonna blow the side of the building that Korto is lying behind. And that's just gonna kind of.
Already.
You see the wall next to you just crumble, and it kind of gives a clear shot from where the other guys are standing. You lying on the ground.
Great.
Always just remember to call for the medic when necessary.
Good thing I got a pocket full of stim packs.
I always do too.
All right. So cut back to Raaze's scene. The other Wookiees are like they're really pissed off, and they're just going to beat these motherfuckers down.
Perfect.
As a Wookiee should.
Yeah.
Oh yes. All right. Cool.
Good job, Wookiees.
Wookiees.
All right. So like
Operation Meat Shield and Hairy Fist in effect.
like the one at the front just like runs and like you hear him roaring as he just like punches one of the guys in the face. And just like you see, like you're pretty sure you see his nose just collapse where the Wookiee's hitting him. Cool. And that last group of troopers on the other side of the road, they're gonna move forward a bit and lay down some covering, lay down some blaster fire on who's behind the thing, Capo and Akdan. So they're now standing at the opposite side of the road from you.
Right. So we don't have cover against them?
You do have cover.
Like we have a little bit.
you're still behind like a planter box kind of thing. Cool. So that's so they shoot. They're going to shoot a Capo. That's 9 damage before soak.
Okay.
So you're like clipped on the so yeah, you just minus your soak damage from your soak from that.
So I'm getting 7
yeah, 7.
damage.
Oh no, wait, no. So you're brawn, so that would give you 3 automatically, and then you get +2 from the stuff you're wearing.
He's got
you
padded
soak
armor, I think.
Yeah, you soak 5
Yeah,
of that.
okay. Yeah.
So you soak 5
sweet.
of that. Yeah. If I remember your character properly, I'm pretty sure your brawn is 3.
Just say yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yes, you remembered correctly.
Yes, that is perfectly correct.
It says for my attributes my soak is 4, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, alright, whatever.
Sounds good.
Wait,
cool.
so if my soak is 4, that means 3 damage total?
If your soak is 4, that would be 5 damage total.
Right, balls. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Cool. Excellent. So we're back up the top. So PC slot.
Can I take this one because I've seen Capo like cop a blaster shot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, wow, good thing you're standing next to the medic, and I'm just gonna because I have kind of like a so where people would carry like bandoliers of like extra ammo, I have bandoliers of stim packs.
Awesome.
So as my maneuver, because I just looked, you can do this. As my maneuver, I'm going to inject him with the stim pack. So you heal 6 points of health. Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to be like, no one endangers this Rhodian but me. And then I'm going to shoot at it.
We got Rambo as our medic.
Coming from a person who's just shot someone through the chest, that's terrifying. That's
Alright.
terrifying.
Cool. So it's long range and they're in cover. Oh, sorry, not long range. Medium range and they're in cover.
Alright, so how many black?
Just the 1.
Alright. Come on. No. It's still a hit. I'll take that. So it is 10 damage. Because blaster carbides are fantastic.
Cool. Alright, so you kind of let off a bevy of shots and you graze one on the arm and you just peg the other one straight between the eyes. As you kind of lay down this fire. So he goes, one of them just goes down and you see his body slump down on the other side of the planer box. Cool.
Alright, and what's my threat? What's my threat result, Sir GM?
What can your threat result be?
They now focus on you.
I'm
gonna make you trip out of cover.
No.
So like you kind of trip it, Like you're not out of cover. You're not out of cover, but it's going to give them a boost dice when they fire.
No,
at you.
can I have it as like I was a bit too bold, right? Like so I stood up a little too tall out of cover.
All right,
Like,
so, all right.
I haven't been in many firefights. I've shot at the range a fair times. That's why I can shoot, but I haven't been in any actual. Like I've never really gotten hit, so I don't really know.
You basically like stood up, tried to gun them all down, but
Yeah,
they're still there.
Yeah.
Of them.
All right. Cool.
Nice.
All right. The guys that jumped out of the building and lobbed their grenade, they're going to fire at the now exposed Korto.
Didn't get a chance to move out of the way yet.
Somebody had to be
Somebody had to be Rambo.
it's alright. When you get shot,
Now, because I couldn't move out of the way.
All right. The way I kind of imagine this is like the guy, like Akdan and Capo are they're kind of behind like a diagonal bench and planter box combo, and then there's like a little further back there's Korto like down behind this now collapsed wall.
Yeah, exposed.
All right.
So I have a question. Do I still have any cover, or am I out of cover?
If you're prone, then you get a setback die from ranged attacks anyway. So.
Okay.
you're fine.
Oh, excellent. Well, that's definitely going to crit.
So I wanted to take an action though. That's why I was asking. I have a dodge action.
Oh right, yeah, cool.
I'll
re-roll it. I'll re-roll it then.
You can just
that just upgrades it.
Yeah, just add one more difficulty to it. That's all.
Does it upgrade or does it add?
It says
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Dranlow it upgrades it on his dodge.
Yeah, but upgrade means just adding an extra purple. For
all right.
Yeah, upgrade the difficulty. And I'll take one strain for that.
All right, cool.
I'm stressed out being shot at behind this exposed wall.
All right.
It's so lucky you did that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, guy.
I'm not trying to kill you guys here, so I'll let you get away with that one.
That remains to be seen. Yeah.
He's only just involved 80-80s in the first fight.
All right. Yeah. All right. So you feel the shots like kind of whistle over the top of you, and you kind of like grab your head tighter as they kind of like hit the ground around you.
Yeah.
But they've kind of the way they've kind of shot, the way they've had to maneuver to get a shot at you has brought them out of cover. So they're no longer in cover with that one.
Awesome.
All right. So PC slot.
Go ahead, Korto.
Can I shoot back or at least move?
Sure.
Okay. Can I?
Don't tell me that didn't work out though. Come on.
Yeah,
that was totally
great.
worth it.
Can I move to real cover? Better cover? Even if it's just a tree or something?
Sure.
Or am I? Because I'm still exposed, right?
Yeah, like you can jump behind the. I suppose you can jump behind the collapsed wall and like peek out around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Does it cost me anything to stand up?
Yeah. Like we'll say you just kind of like I'm not gonna like force you to do it. But you know, it's just kind of like your maneuver is like jumping out behind that wall.
I can crawl around it and stay.
Yeah. It's up to you. However you want to do it.
I'm gonna do the army crawl, man, and just like go around.
So while these guys are firing at you, you're just kind of like crawling at them.
I'm gonna crawl behind the cover though. That's where I'm going.
Cool.
And can I still take an action, or is that my whole turn?
Go ahead. That was just your maneuver.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna shoot another snapshot because I can't aim. I used my maneuver already. Yeah. Do I still have that setback from before?
No, they've moved out of cover.
Okay. Okay, here we go. God damn it! So I'm not good at shooting on my belly from behind a broken wall.
Yeah.
I'm a spy, damn it!
You, sir, need to attend medical school.
I should have been a medic. I'd be better in the trenches.
Alright, cool. So what do you want to use that advantage for? Just a boost for yourself, or?
Yeah, I'm going to take the boost next turn. I'm going to try to use it offensively.
All right, cool. So you've kind of used your shot to kind of get a better lineup on them.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so those troopers with their guns aimed at the Wookiees, they say beasts. They say beast, and they kind of disengage a bit, and then fire their blaster rifles at them. All right, cool.
Can I change that actually? Can I say that when I shot at them, they kind of like had to, like it kind of distracted them or whatever, so that the boost can instead go to one of my teammates on their turn?
Oh, you kind of need 2 advantage to do that.
Oh, really? Okay. All right,
so
that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so 1 will get 1 for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. And so they kind of ping one of the Wookiees. Like they ping one of the Wookiees like completely. He's gone. But the remaining Wookiee from that group just like full on just belts him back in the face, and kind of king hits one of the other guys.
Nice.
And just like drops him. Like he's out down for the count. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So we'll have another pick. There's one with you guys.
Okay.
So it's a PC slot.
Do you mind if I finish off this last guy, Capo?
Not particularly.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the guy in the back of the head.
The medic is okay with this.
The spy's hiding in the dirt.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot this guy in the back of the melon. What will be the difficulty on that?
Short range, so 1. Alright, cool. So that's enough to kill him. That's enough to kill him. You shoot him between the shoulder blades.
Nice.
And the Wookiees look really kind of relieved that you finished the job for them there. And so there's a group of 4 of them left.
All right. So as the advantage, if it's okay for me to say, I'd like to say that I point immediately at the guns and kind of gesture to the Wookiees to pick them up.
All right, cool. So 2 of the Wookiees like you know, take your direction and like pick up the guns that have been left.
And I'm gonna make sure my rifle is hidden as quickly as possible.
All right. All right. So it will probably take you 1 maneuver to be able to see them, to see everyone else. So they'll be at long range. So it will take you a couple turns to get in range. Cool. Cool. We'll have the last PC slot.
Capo.
Yeah, I think that's me. These new guys who have jumped down and who are firing at Korto, how close are they?
They're kind of short range from you guys.
And how many of them are there?
There's 3. Oh, wait, no. No, there's 3.
There's 3, so I can lob another frag at the center and get them all?
Yeah,
or
sure.
damage them all at the very least. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
sure.
try and do that. This is a grouped thing, so yeah. So that was ranged light, wasn't it?
Yeah, ranged light, and you've got the 1 setback from before. But they're no longer in cover, so it should be 1 purple, 1 black.
1 purple, 1 black. Cool.
Yeah. Excellent.
Bingo.
Nice.
Alright, so that's 10 damage. So, you lob it, and it falls at, oh, wait, no, I did that wrong. Alright, yeah, it falls at one of their feet, and the 2 of them are quick enough to jump to the side. But, one of them is just caught completely off guard, and it explodes at his feet, killing him instantly.
Nice work.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, and quick question: how much was I healed by the stim pack?
6. So it would have taken
6.
you back up to 4.
Okay, so I'm back to full health. Cool. Yeah, sweet.
Cool. And that last group of troopers over the other side of the road, I think. Or have they gone this time? No, they wouldn't have gone. Cool. Cool. So that last group, those last two troopers over across the road are gonna fire at Akdan, who's popped his head up.
No.
Rambo.
And they're gonna aim as well.
Oh,
So
fuck off.
you see them training their guns on you.
Good thing his stim packs
There
are
we go.
fine. When he goes down.
Oh,
All right. So you go. And you're like kind of hitting.
No.
You're hit for 10 damage there, and they're also gonna do the crit.
all right.
All right.
That's dumb.
Scattered senses removes all boosts from skill checks until the end of the encounter. So it's
Oh,
not a
that's
bad
lame.
one. That's not a
That's
bad
not
one.
Can I also say, I guess because this is something that I noticed that I'd originally written into my character, but immediately forgot, and it kind of didn't make sense. But now it does make sense. Can I say that it kind of clips me across the face, and so I'm gonna end up with like a scar like running down the side of my face.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
So that kind of shot has rattled you. It's kind of like full gone up the side of your cheek, and you're kind of like seeing stars at the moment.
Because now I won't shit talk Raaze as much, I guess.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Excellent. And we're back up the top. So PC slot.
If anybody is not in need of it, I'd love to take a really long-range sniper shot.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No objection.
I would like to use the skill sniper shot as well.
Sure. I have no idea what that does, but I'll trust you with it.
Basically, it allows it for one extra range if I needed it.
Sure.
Like once per round, we might perform a maneuver to attempt a sniper shot, increase the maximum range by one range band per rank.
Sure.
All right, so whichever one is closest to me with their back to me and front to the other guys, I would like to shoot.
Nice.
All right.
Excellent.
What do you want to use that triumph for?
Okay, so as Raize takes aim on this trooper, he blasts the trooper through the back of the shoulder blades, going for the main body, and the force of the blast actually causes the body to bounce off the wall and knock two of the other guys into the streets.
Nice.
The force of the body.
Awesome.
All right. You only rolled the one purple, but I'll let you get away with it this time.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So there were two groups of two left, and you full on like through him, and he just kind of like, as you said, he pushed him out of cover. Cool. So that was the guys on the other side of the street. You've just kind of come down running and just taken a snapshot. That's paid off. Cool. So that's where are we gonna do? All right. So those guys that hopped out of the building earlier, they're gonna move back into cover, and they're gonna fire upon Akdan. Still got his head up.
Oh,
Oh, come on, I got shot in the face. Come on.
Oh no, actually.
So use an
no,
advantage to fall backwards.
All right, no, I think they're probably trained on Korto because that's who they shot at before.
yeah, shoot me.
All right, so you're in cover and prone.
I'm gonna do my dodge again.
Oh, they've missed anyway.
Okay. Do you want me to still take the strain for it?
No, that's okay. All right, cool. Cool. So that triumph, what can I do with that? I'm gonna bring down that section of the wall on top of you.
Damn it.
All right. So you're gonna take 2 damage from that as that falls down on top of you, like past soak.
Okay.
So you're just they hit one of the bricks on the top and it just like falls on you.
Falls a bit
And
back.
hits you in the back. Yeah. Cool. So that's them. All right. PC slots.
Can I shoot it back?
Yeah, sure. Like it hasn't pinned you or anything. It's just hit you in the back.
Capo, you got something special you want to do?
I was going to say, would Akdan want to take this chance to get back into cover?
That's true. Yeah. You want to go after him?
No, but I think like I totally love that. I think narratively, right? I just copped a hit, so you've got better reactions than me at this point. So take your shot, kill some people.
Yeah, there's only one. There's one left over the road, and then there's the two shooting at Korto at the moment.
Yeah. Get
So there's
some.
one in the road. How far apart are they? Like the two from the one?
So the two are at medium range because they're kind of across the boulevard and they're behind cover.
And
oh, sorry, the one is over there. The two are the ones that were firing at you, so they've stepped back behind what they were before.
Okay.
Well,
I'd really love to engage.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm just gonna shoot them.
Alright,
So
cool.
I'm gonna aim and
Sure.
fire. No setbacks or anything, just regular difficulty.
They're in cover, so just the one setback.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see. Okay, it's not success, but it's some advantage. Okay, this time I want to say that I don't hit them myself, but my shots either distract them enough that I can give a bonus to Capo on Capo's turn.
Alright, cool. So you kind of force them to get into cover, and you kind of force them to put their heads down really hard, and the way they've done it has kind of given Capo a better shot.
Yeah, they've kind of they've ducked down and backed up from my shots, but that's kind of moved them more into the range of his shot.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Do you like another PC slot? So if Capo wants to use that now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
I do. I would love a stormtrooper. I will blaster carbine one of Korto's assailants in the back.
Cool.
You'll have a blue die too, Capo.
Sweet.
Yeah. And
So
if
that
you
was,
aim, you can get another blue die on top of that. So it's short range, 2 blue plus your so 1 purple, 2 blue, and 1 black.
And 1 black, and it's a heavy. So yeah, cool.
All right, excellent.
Huzzah.
What's the damage on that one?
The damage on a blaster carbine is 10.
10.
Nice.
Yep.
So 13.
Yep. So yeah, 13. You kind of wipe them out. They're gone. So you kind of rip their legs off with your blaster fire.
Excellent.
Cool.
Brutal.
That's awesome.
All right. So that's the 2. And the 1. The 1 is going to fire. No, I'll let you guys go first. Cool. I'll let Akdan try and take out that last trooper. I won't be mean.
All right. Cause this is like my first. Cause I'm pretty naive, and this is like my first gunfight, and I just got shot. So I'm gonna say that he's kind of reacted aggressively, and he's going to maneuver to close range and shoot this guy.
Sure. I'll say
He's gonna charge.
I'll say you charge around, you circle around, so you can negate his cover.
All right, close range. This better be a sweet roll. What?
Depression fire. That's all right.
Hey, I throw him into cover with my blaster fire, like he's prone and shit. Like he's.
We've got a 3-way crossfire going right now.
All right.
He's got a he's got a really angry Mon Calamari just like screaming at him like ah.
All right. He's going to immediately return fire. Okay, you gave him a setback, right?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Oh. Shit.
Sorry, 10 damage. 10 damage.
Oh.
Magic.
Oh,
man.
man.
Character next
Oh
session.
man. Oh man. Someone stim me, please.
He's got all the stims.
All right.
Medic.
The medic is unconscious.
Oh, sweet. I get to roll another crit then.
Oh.
Oh.
See, but if you do the smart thing with your character, then they wouldn't be a naive combat character. Come on.
Uh-oh.
That's what
Oh
happened.
my
Rookies joined the
I'm
rebellion.
sorry. I'm sorry. You've lost your leg.
Whoa, dude.
So like, you know, he gets you in the shoulder, and then he puts a second shot that just caps you, and so
man.
your leg is now like a useless stump.
Can I have it like not severed? Wait. What was the roll?
It's not severed. It's not severed. You've just been crippled.
Okay, I can live with crippled. They got augmentation.
I won't take it first session. Maybe later.
Get a prosthetic leg, man.
Dig it.
Wow. Cybernetic leg coming up.
I'm imagining on the next like transporter we're all like pre-nervous jitters, and I now have a prosthetic leg, and we have the new kid, and it's like, have you seen some shit, kid? Have you?
People got both your legs, so I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure this is from
someone-
the invasion of the Bug Planet from Starship Troopers.
Yeah, exactly.
Just doesn't the new guy get stabbed in the leg and pass out?
Yes.
All right. Someone kill this guy.
Okay. Capo, you want to do it? Or Ryan, you want to take a
Am I the
shot?
closest, or is Korto?
Well, I mean, I can shoot at him,
closest?
sure. You want me to shoot at him?
Pretty much everyone is going before him at this point, so
Alright, I'll shoot him.
like even one of the Wookiees can get a hit in on him this turn. So
Is it still a setback?
Everyone open fire at the same time.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna say the setback. This guy needs to die at this point, I think.
Okay. Two purple?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. So Korto's just gonna kneel up and like we see the medic drop. Oh.
And miss.
Alright,
because I'm a
go
melee
next if
fighter.
I
Like,
can.
I'm not good with blasters, man. I gotta like get in close with this guy.
Okay.
So Capo's gotta do it.
Steven, am I
Yeah.
close enough that I can run up to this person and stab them with my vibro sword?
That's what I'd like to do.
If you spend 2 strain, I'll let you do it.
I am infuriated that he has done this to one of my squad mates, so I rip out my sword, yell a Rhodian battle cry, and
Nice.
then just charge point first.
Sure. You can have a boost.
Yay! Okay. So how many purples do you want me to use?
Two purple.
2 purple, no black, or 1 black?
No black. You're like charging over cover. You're doing like a flying leap at him and just like going full bore at him.
I am indeed.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, he had 2 hit points left at this point. So
I don't give a shit, Capo. Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
I take my sword,
Yellow and 2 green.
and like Ryan Blessed from Blackadder, I just stick it straight up through his stomach, and it comes out
that's all right.
out the back of the spine where there's no helmet.
All right, cool. So like, I think we saw this from the back. You just you just see the sword appear from the back of his neck, and as it kind of comes through and he drops, you just see Capo just kind of like you just see Capo just like staring at the camera, as this guy falls down. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Wow. Execution.
Well played.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, cool. So everyone's
That's
down
fine.
at this point. I might call it there because it's like 12:30 here.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh, come on. At least let me, like, wake up.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em, let's
sure.
go.
Where's our cliffhanger, man? Where's like
Sure.
the extra
You
platoon
see
turning the
Akdan
corner?
staring. You see Akdan staring.
Raize runs into the area. Looks down and he sees his medic on the ground, and he's like, "Fucking new guys." Takes out the stim pack, puts it into his thigh above the wound, waits for him to wake up, and as he does, he's like, "Thought you could do better on the battlefield. It's a nice scar you got, kid."
And then I'm just gonna look at him and just be like, "Fuck you, Sarge."
With that, I'm gonna kind of grunt a laugh and give him a hand up ish.
Awesome.
So it's like your leg. It's like you're limping on it. And you're not getting anywhere fast on it, but it seems to be serviceable. Yeah.
Well, if I'm nearby, I'll go over and help firemen carry him.
All right.
I guess, or something like that.
Like we can grab some of the broken debris and stuff like that, like some wood or something, and make like a crutch for him that he can use, makeshift crutch. Just break off some wood and give it to him. Cane or a crutch.
I'm going to introduce these guys to the Wookiees, and then the biggest Wookiee, I'm going to point him at the medic and be like, "I think he likes you."
Like he kind of like growls. He kind of growls a little bit. Does anybody speak Shiriwook?
No.
Not in the least.
Not even a little.
Well, Capo, you might. You. Mercenary type.
Worldly gentleman.
Like
be-
one time GM Fiat, one of you guys can speak Shiriwook. I don't care who.
Give it to Capo.
Yeah, Capo's
Okay.
good.
Cool. I now speak Shiriwok.
All right. So you understand it. You don't speak it.
Cool.
So he kind of like growls at you, and he's like, I'm pretty sure these guys don't realize that I understand exactly what they're saying. he goes, we speak basic.
I take 1 second and just stare at him quietly, and then burst out laughing. Let's just sit on the wall and laugh.
All right.
Sit on the broken wall.
Hey, Korto will deliver the guns and hand them out to the Wookiees.
All right.
I'm
Cool.
gonna-
So you
Oh yeah, go on.
fully
I
armed
tell.
Wookiees.
Yeah. Should we tell the Wookiees that we're involved in the rebellion, and if they want out, they should follow us?
I think Raize, you've
Yeah,
already told
generally
them, right?
giving
You're
that
part of the
info, yeah.
rebellion.
What do the Wookiees think of this?
There
Now that
They go. They kind of say.
was fighting and there was
I
run.
can understand them.
They kind of like go, well, we don't really care. I mean, if you're going to get us out of here, we'd appreciate it.
Sweet.
And he goes, I mean, it's much better than working on that damn stadium.
Telling me.
I tell everyone, you may have worked this out already. The Wookiees are cool with this. They're following us.
Awesome.
Alright, cool. So we might wrap it up there, just because it's
If I
starting to get late here.
I will. Hang on. So I'm gonna be like yelling like you know, like they've got me to the side and be like, put me down, like get me my med pack, like because I
Yeah.
will.
I'll hand them the handful of extra stims that I got, and like, here, I think you might need these.
So with my med pack, I'm gonna attempt to like somehow fix my leg.
So,
Field surgery.
I'm pretty sure if you're working on yourself, then it's an upgrade.
Yeah. So I take the difficulty of this. So it's 3 to begin with, and then I add 2.
You're gonna fuck up your leg, man.
but I don't suffer any setbacks or anything because I have a med pack, and that's
Alright.
the beautiful.
That's the key point there.
All right.
Do we know this
Go
anyway?
for it. Go for it.
And I get a free setback from the med pack. Do we have any force points left? Because I will.
Yeah,
Flip.
you've got two. You've got two.
Use them both.
Flip.
I think you can only use one.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
there
use
is
one.
one.
I mean, there's
All right. Well, I will add an extra green.
All right,
And
cool.
yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Perfect.
All right,
Done
so
that's crazy. Well played.
First medic ever.
Yeah.
Best medic ever.
Yeah, the worst best medic ever.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna my leg got pretty messed up, so I'm gonna say that like mechanically I don't have any ill effects, but like narratively like I'm pretty ginger. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty fucked up. Like.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
all right.
Go team new guy.
Nice. All right.
Excellent.
I'll stop the broadcast. So thank you
All right,
everyone who watched. This is episode 1 of our monthly Age of Rebellion campaign, and stay tuned for more to come with episode 2.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.